I just want to punch somebody, man. When that bass starts thudding, like I just want to go into a random bar for no reason and just start punching people.
Fuck punching people. I want to go full on with Zidane or whatever. Just start headbutting people in the chest.
Spinning.
Like, hey, you! Just headbutt.
Spinning heel kick somebody. Or even better, go to like Wall Street and go into the stock market area and then just start doing it to those guys. They'll never see that coming. Imagine that. They're sitting there with their little, like, whatever those stupid gay-looking flip mini notebooks are. You know what I mean? Where they got the little rings on the top.
They must have security to stop you from doing that, because that's got to be a place where a lot of people want to bust in and start, throwing down.
Well,
no pun intended.
They do have badges and stuff. You know what, though? I'll go there with badges and a suit. I bet you there's a 30% chance I get in.
Yeah, okay, with the Toys R Us badge.
Mm-hmm. No, they're out of business. Walmart.
Yeah, I know. That's why you should go get the badge there.
Oh.
Cheap.
I'd go with the Walmart badge. I'd go with Leah's former GameStop badge.
That's actually funny you're saying that. I just bought a movie in the bargain bin, which I always heard was decently funny. Did you ever see Let's Be Cops?
No. When did that come out?
A couple years ago. It's Jake Johnson and Damon Wayans Jr. Okay, and they go to a party dressed up like cops.
You had me.
It's like a high school reunion. People think like they're actually cops or something, so they steal a cop car somehow, and they're cops for a day.
You had me until you said Junior. You had me. I was like, oh, Damon Wayans, and then you said Junior, and I went, oh.
Damon Wayans Jr. is not horrible. I mean, obviously he's not Damon Wayans Sr., but I mean,
I don't think he's horrible. I actually don't know what he's in, to be honest. I don't know. Like, I can't think of what he's been in that I've seen. I might have seen him and not even known it.
There's a handful of stuff. The thing that pops off the top of my head was what was the TV show with him? I think it was Alicia Cuthbert. It was Coupling, I think, or something like that.
I don't know who that is.
Anyway, there's a half dozen people. It's just, mid-30s people, relationship, rom-com TV show. I don't know how to describe it. Yeah. Like any other show out there.
Like every other show.
Like all the other, the shows about people going through life, falling in love, different, new girlfriend of the week.
I love the Wayans brothers, man. I love all of them. Even
got your Damon Wayans, got your Marlon Wayans. Can't forget about the Keenan Ivory Wayans, and I don't remember any other ones. I'm out of Wayans.
I was less.
Your Little Wayans.
I always like Marlon and Jesus. We were just talking about him.
Damon. Yeah, I feel like that's in the right age bracket for us. Like Keenan Ivory Wayans a little before my time.
Us, yeah. Well, I mean, in Living Color, and I did like those, but they were the first ones I heard of, and then it was kind of like the younger guys sort of took over. Like they had the bigger success. Like to me, they did. I don't know. Like Keenan and Ivory. Like I mean, like they were there first, but then when Damon and Marlon did like all the stuff that they did. I mean, especially like starting with, there's Don't Be a Menace is the funniest movie because it puts like all of them in the movie at some point. Well, there was one of them that wasn't in that movie, maybe. No, I think they're all in it. Well, there's a lot to talk about today. There's already birthday candles flying around everywhere.
Apparently, there was a TV show back in 2013 called Second Generation Wayans.
Really?
Starring Damon and Craig Wayans, the nephews.
I had no idea.
No, I don't think anybody did. But anyway, also Damon Wayans Jr., besides Let's Be Cops, apparently he plays a voice in Big Hero 6. It's not a whole lot. Not a whole lot on his resume.
Yeah, so basically he was living off Dad's money and then was like, all right, well, I'm going to act now.
Like anything I can think of is just like little cameos, like he's in The Other Guys. And Happy Endings was the name of the show I was looking for.
Isn't Damon Wayans now in Lethal Weapon? And didn't they just replace the guy playing Mel Gibson's character, Riggs or whatever? No, whatever, you know. What, didn't they just replace him with somebody because he touched somebody on the set?
I had to think for a second to remember. That's like that's a TV show now,
yeah,
right?
It's a TV show, yeah.
Yeah, I haven't had cable in I think 4 years now, so
Well, I don't
I'm
know.
totally out of touch with network TV.
I mean, I haven't watched it either, but I mean...
But yeah, you're right. Damon Wayans, Roger Murtaugh, and Clayne Crawford as Martin Riggs. Who the fuck is that?
I don't know, but he's fired now.
Hey, Jordana Brewster, I like her.
He inappropriate conduct on the set. So the guy that was playing for 2 seasons, and now he's gone because I don't know what, the Me Too movement.
What do? Just replace him, or you take the original writing, have him just kill himself?
Yeah, they should just have him die.
It says here, along with news of his season 3 pickup, Lethal Weapon announced actor Sean William Scott would join the series as a new partner for Murtaugh.
Oh my God, Stifler is gonna be the new.
It's his first regular TV show on a network series ever for Sean William Scott.
Oh
That
my
should be
God,
interesting.
I might watch that with him. They should have just cast him originally.
Sean William Scott and Damon Wayans. I would. I think I would tune in for that because I've always been a Sean William Scott fan. He's a good dopey, kind of.
It's not Lethal Weapon though. Like that's like Mel Gibson's character. Like he had so much like just darkness to him. Like with comedy, but it was like darkness too. First, it was like
yeah, you're right. I think we could talk about. I would think about that for the show. Period. Like I can't imagine how the show could even feel like Lethal Weapon, or any TV show you can make feel like Lethal Weapon, because it is a real type movie. I guess I'd say. Yeah,
it's one of those. It's one of those ones that like kind of like there was something else that was out not that long that failed. A lot of these fail. They keep coming out with these. Like isn't what the hell was the show with Tom Selleck? That's coming out. Magnum PI. Isn't that coming out? Is that a movie or is that TV? I mean, it was a TV.
Know anything about that? I haven't heard anything about that.
I saw a commercial for it.
With him again?
No, it's like a new guy, some young guy.
Oh, okay.
He doesn't have a mustache, so fuck you. I'm not watching it.
Oh, serious? Fucking, it'd be hard enough to make that work without. I don't even say Tom Selleck. I just call him Magnum. Like if I see him in anything else, like my mom's a big fan of whatever the fuck. What's his show on CBS? Like Blue Bloods or something. He's like a police chief. Yeah. And whenever I'm sitting down watching it with her, I'm just like, oh, it's a power move by Magnum. Like, oh, get a Magnum, and she just fucking hates it. But he's just Magnum to me. So yeah, how could you have it without Tom Selleck or without the mustache?
Yeah.
Fuck it, ain't nobody watching that.
I kind of do the same thing too. I just call him fucking Magnum. I'm like, hey, it's Magnum.
Some people. That's what it is. The role. Some people, unfortunately, got eclipsed by their roles or by their mustaches. He's always going to be Magnum, I think.
Yeah. Like he's done some good other stuff that was all right, but it's like, no, that's Magnum. Like I'm sorry, it's Magnum, and you won't convince me of anything else but that. I know there's super chats, and I know it's my birthday and all that stuff, and we'll get to those. Let me see if I can play them because you know what? I didn't have this channel turned on for donations on Super Chat yet, so actually I'm gonna have to go read them manually and now they'll come in. Anybody who Super Chats now, they should be good, but because I didn't have it selected, which is so stupid that you have to do that. Let me go grab them. Actually,
that would be an interesting night to just for like an April Fool's night. Like Joe reads every single donation instead of letting the robot do it.
Yeah, we got about we got a few of them here. Let me see here. Obviously, Steven German is still
Negative
going
points
on.
To Joe.
Yeah. We got Steven German says, interesting day for traveling, though. What? They found a dead body on I-95 near exit 119 today.
I don't think we have that many highway exits in Massachusetts, period.
119. Yeah, I'm going to assume that that's 19 or 11, or in the 9 is I don't know what.
Can you imagine being on the highway out in California like, hey, guess what? Only 179 more exits to go.
And I mean, then he says, happy birthday, Joe. Had fun today. F. Troy.
Oh, hey, I just looked it up. It was Canton.
It is. Oh, so it's exit night. Isn't it 19?
Doesn't say. It just says Canton.
I mean, the Canton exit is not 119.
I honestly no. It's the Canton. To go to Canton, I think there might be a Canton exit, but usually you take the Stoughton exit. There's just a sign that says Canton next exit, and it's like Stoughton.
I think it's 19. It's the exit 19.
I didn't put it together. He was talking about fucking RI-95.
No, you know what? No, it can't be 19 because exit 2 is right there. So that can't be. It can't be any of that.
Mild exit is
it can be
14,
1.
so it's
Okay,
higher.
it's 1. It could be 1.
Super chat.
Yeah, there they are.
Party.
It's 119 in NC.
In North Carolina.
Well, this was 2 days ago. I mean.
Oh, we found. Well, there's another dead body in Canton. Steven, thank
There's
you.
dead bodies everywhere.
Dead bodies everywhere. It sounds like a corn song.
Oh, I found one for 8 hours ago.
Jesus. The Goon says 4-game undefeated streak in football. Strike. The Goon says Joe will throw down, and then he said knock your lives out. I think it's. I don't say that in the song, but close enough. Prayesh.
Super chat. Party.
Happy birthday, Joe, and happy birthday to the Himmel God, God of War today. It's a awesome game so far. Hashtag footages.
Footages. Hey, ADTR, thank you for the $5, man. I was gonna get to playing God of War, but not now that the PlayStation's broken. So tell me how it is, man. Thank you, ADTR. And then the controller, it's just they always break, man. I hate Xbox. I hate these systems. I've been having fun on Diablo though, thankfully, but I feel like I'm hitting a wall again with it, which is too bad.
Just go back to NES. Let's just start streaming 8-bit only.
I'll do it. I mean, I'll do it. I saw the Super Nintendo Mini in Best Buy today. Yesterday, rather. There was 2 of them.
It's still around. See, to me that wasn't exactly worth it because it's only I think 3 games that I don't own.
Yeah.
And they're all ones I don't care about, except for Star Fox 2. That's like the only thing it's worth it.
That's exactly what I thought. I was like, I want to play Mario Kart, I want to play Star Fox, but then Mario Kart's only fun for a second because then you're like, well, I have that on my new Nintendo, which is it's like almost the same game, but like in 4K or something. So why would you go back?
Super Nintendo Mario Kart is the fucking toughest Mario Kart.
Yeah,
that was my first one too. 64 I think is probably still the best, but Super Nintendo Mario Kart is tough. Like going back now, if you put it on 150cc, it's not easy to beat the computer. Like they are merciless. And, like you really got to know the course. You slide around and shit if you're not good at power slide, and courses are tight. It's a objectively tough game. Probably the toughest Mario Kart there is.
Well,
They don't make it like they used to.
They had Punch Out too. It was $79. They had Punch Out was on it. I just felt like I could get a modded one for like $100. I felt, or something like that. Why not get a modded one with like
buy that thing that plays all the games or has them all preloaded?
Yeah,
with the ROMs and shit. Yeah,
just go on eBay. I bet you we go on right now. I bet you there's like something crazy. In fact, I'm gonna go look right now.
You want to be the nice guy and support companies, but Nintendo's got enough money. They don't need mine.
Yeah, because
I had all the simulators back in college.
Because they're idiots. No, they're idiots. If they released a version with all the games on it, you'd buy that. I would have bought it.
It's pretty incredible enough they did the NES and then the Super NES. The fact that they did that is crazy enough. There's no way they could release like every game. This guy sold 104. I mean, this guy has sold 186 Super Nintendo Classic Edition mini modded, 371 plus games already loaded. 5 sold in 24 hours. Oh wait, I didn't realize. I thought you were talking about original Nintendos or something. So people actually buy those, mod them, and put all the games on.
Oh yeah,
that makes sense.
Yeah, they buy the mini, they break it open, they mod it. I'm surprised.
How much was he selling that for?
I can't believe this isn't illegal though on like eBay, but $145. So he paid $80, or he bought them in bulk and got them for even less. But let's say he paid $80. Then he makes about. In total,
that's still a pretty killer profit.
$55 a day after eBay fees and all the fees and the shipping.
Like a legitimate seller, that sounds like something that would be coming from like China. That Because I think I don't think that is illegal.
Close enough. Brooklyn, New York.
Yeah.
But you know what? 379 sales and 99.3% positive feedback.
Let me guess. He ships out of 2 locations, Brooklyn and The Villages, Florida. As far as remember, those are the 2 fraud capitals of America.
Yeah, that's true. Something's up with that area.
The young people in Brooklyn trying to steal shit, or the old people down in the retirement communities trying to steal shit from us.
I mean, you can do this yourself. I mean, if you have a couple hours free and you can, if you got
how to do it,
and you have patience, you don't have to pay $145. You could just buy this in Best Buy, go on YouTube, hook it up to the computer, and go download all the emulator stuff or whatever it is.
Yeah, there's got to be instructions out there.
Yeah,
telling you how to do it.
Probably take you a couple hours, something like that. I don't know. You can have it modded. It's got
I
battle
doubt it even
toads.
takes that long. I wonder if it's a physical mod thing, like it's soldering, or it's just downloading a new program.
No,
to it
it's
or whatever.
just download. That's all it is. It's hook up, download. I believe, yeah, because I've watched videos on it already. I bet you Himmelgod knows in the chat. But I've just hooked up, and you can just download shit. It's an emulator, they say.
Himmelgod's is the one selling them. No wonder he's so rich.
Himmelgod. Yeah, that's where he's getting everything. He's like killing it. Dude, I want to buy this, because look at this, I mean, Donkey Kong, Double Dragon 3, Metroid, Super Mario Brothers 3, 2, 1, Punch-Out, original Punch-Out, Mario Brothers, Link to the Past.
It's just got to be every single game,
Super
for all the ones you could find.
Party.
This is sick.
There was a crash at exit 121, the Wilson Sims exit.
Now it's 121. So now Steven
Yeah,
German
I just read the story.
Now he's just going to send us deaths every second. Yeah, Leah.
Well, the story was there was a crash there, and then they were looking for. They figured out who the driver of the car was. It was like a 20-something-year-old girl, and they didn't see her there, so they were they had been searching for her, and then they were going to start searching again this morning, when I guess they found her body not far away, and they confirmed it was her, and she had been making suicidal comments to family members shortly before she went missing.
Oh, and she drove herself off the road or something.
Yeah, or crashed the car there and then did something in the woods. You don't know. This person in Canton, though, I guess they've been missing since November.
Super
She walked in the woods.
Party.
In Mumbai, India, a guy buys 100 movie tickets for a single movie and gives them to the poor people.
Damn, that's crazy.
That's cool.
That's pretty cool. Yeah, Prayish, thanks, man. That's pretty interesting, man. That's really interesting shit. Oh yeah, he went in the woods.
I got my Yeezys on in the woods. Nice. I got my Yeezys on. I'm feeling
Super Chat Party.
That crash caused a backup for miles.
I'm not surprised. That's the worst. Especially if you're in the middle of it. You're like, you know what? At one point you just start thinking, I wish I was in that crash. I bet you they get out of here quicker.
Well, the worst thing I usually think in my head is when you're sitting there waiting, this better be worth the 3-mile backup. There better been something fucked up that happened.
Yeah, there better be someone's
the worst
head.
is when you're sitting there and it's just the stupidest thing. It's just, I don't even know what, but you know what I mean? It's not even, I don't know.
Yeah, there's just 3 bumper things. ShiBUM!
Happy birthday, Joe. Thanks for all news, laughs, and memories.
Aw.
Hope you get that house soon. Hashtag JCS Army.
Thank you, Anthony Garcia.
Oh, I was going to say, when it's something on the other side of the road. When your side of the road is backed up for miles because people are just slow down, rubbernecking on the other side of the highway.
Dude. No, I've gone into rages over that. I'm like, it's not even on our fucking side. Anthony, thank you for becoming a $5 ShiBUM, and thanks for the birthday wishes.
You know what traffic is? Traffic is the visual and measurable summation of human stupidity. It's everybody that can't use the gas at the same time.
My name is Kane and I'm donating.
You not hearing these?
No, we hear him.
Good evening, Joseph. Want to wish you a wondrous and amazing birthday. I will return on monetize this to continue the Cronin saga, ultimately sealing your fate.
What?
Mr. Cronin, seeing it's your birthday, the Lord will forgive your sin of getting dick sucked.
Hey, that's Leah's. Father, thank you very much for the 666. Appreciate that, Father. We'll see you tomorrow night, Father.
That's all traffic is it's when people hit the brakes and they don't need to, and then the person behind them hits the brakes because they don't need to, and then the person behind them hits the brakes, and 100 stupid people later, I can't get to work on time.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. Or people just want to look at the stupid people hitting the stupid brakes, and then eventually there's a crash, and they look at that too.
Yeah, then there's actually a crash, exactly.
It's like dumbass dominoes. That's all it is. It's like inevitable.
I think there's a legitimate large percentage of people, like at least 25% probably, 20%, I don't know, 1 in 5 people that should not have a license. Like, we need to have tougher licensing tests. Like, oh, more than just back up in a straight line or parallel park. I don't give a shit if somebody knows, how parallel park. I need to know that they can merge on the highway going faster than 45 miles an hour, so I don't have to hit the brakes and have somebody slam into me from behind because they don't know how to get on the fucking highway.
Well, there's probably the same group of people that shouldn't have weapons, but they have guns. Like the guy today with the shotgun.
I think I'd rather have them have guns than cars, because if they only have a gun, they're probably not going to be able to drive to where I am and shoot me. So fuck it, give them the guns, take the keys.
Yeah, I'd take the keys first. But I don't know, they run people over outside at a gay pride parade or something. So did you watch the shooting stuff today?
I just saw the headlines, really. I didn't see anything else about it. Washington Gazette, I think, right? Was it?
This guy went Rambo with, like, smoke grenades. He went really, he went Terminator 2, like.
I think it was like the Capitol something.
The Capital Gazette was the name of it.
Okay.
I think.
Yeah.
I think I wrote it in the name of the title here. Capital Gazette, yeah. So the guy had a shotgun, had some kind of issue at the place, and like had a lawsuit with them at one point for defamation or whatever. He lost.
I think saying he's got a problem with the place is a bit of an understatement.
Yeah. I wish I knew what the defamation thing was over. Like, did they say he did? Like, what did they say?
Oh, it was something over. It was they reported on like harassment charges or something he had on him.
Oh,
shocking.
Yeah, well, he was harassing some girl, and now he's like, well, I'll harass you guys.
If I can't touch him with my hands, I'll touch him with bullets.
He took out he took a defamation suit against them, and he lost.
Hey, who does he sound like?
And I guess he had just kept on being obsessed with this or whatever.
Sounds like people I know. Anybody who becomes that obsessed with like what other people are saying about them and want to take it to a crazy level, we know people like that. Seriously, like there's something messed up in people's heads when they get that obsessed. Like the bold guy who sued H3H3, all because H3 made a video making fun of his stupid parkour video, and then the guy tried to sue him, and they had to spend hundreds of thousands of dollars to defend themselves. Stupid. This country's retarded. But haha, bold guy, your channel sucks and you look like a retard, and you're a hairy moron.
Yeah,
and you're a creepo.
Too many people. Got too many people out there. Crazy people get in touch with crazy people.
Wasn't it weird,
Shit goes
man?
crazy.
I think we really missed the golden era. I think we had the golden era. We didn't realize it, but we did. We thought it was a mess, and we thought things were going to get better. And then they did a little bit, and then shit just went to hell. And it all starts with September 11th to me. It all really starts. It really goes back to there. I feel like in an alternate timeline, if we went back and stopped that from happening, like everything would be so different. It's like ever since then, they were like, okay, take away some more freedom, take away some more rights.
Yeah, definitely. That was one of the biggest recent events in human history. But yeah, you're right. In terms of the taking the freedoms and stuff, the Patriot Act is one of the, I think, biggest examples of shit they got away with.
Yeah, that was the start of it for sure. And nobody helped. Obama didn't help either. I mean, he pushed it further too. It's like all of them. They keep doing it. And then everything that was done bad by Obama is being done. Some things are being done better by Trump, and then he's doing other things that are horrible. And it's like they just keep like ruining the other parts of things that the other president didn't ruin. It's like hilarious. It's really like, what the hell are you doing? But
well, at least they can all agree on blowing up brown people. That's one thing every president can do.
Yeah, they all like blowing up brown people. Well, soon they're gonna blow up white people. I think at some point in the future we'll be rounding up. There'll be like special laws for white people, like where you can't say certain things, but other people could. I'm not even joking about that. I think in 20 years, or within the next 10 years even, you'll see like where like if a white guy says a certain thing, you like go to jail for it.
Well, I think there's always going to be circumstances, but there's already stuff like that, like hate crimes or inciting, when you're trying to incite somebody by fucking, say, calling them a nigger to their face. Like, there's shit like that where there's specific laws that are called out, like, oh, clearly he was trying to incite something, or shit like that. So
yeah, but what about Michael Richards?
Does start to exist.
Michael Richards did that, and he yelled right at the guy. He even threatened him like a few years before he'd be hanging from a tree. Nothing happened to Michael Richards. I mean, his career died. His
career died for 15 years, but
yeah. Well, it hasn't been that long, but
well, again, that wasn't like a crime specifically. I'm talking about.
But I'm saying it is in Europe. In Europe, that's a crime.
Oh yeah, like Germany, you can't fucking deny the Holocaust and shit. They don't have all the freedoms and some other stuff.
Yeah, but you know what though? You know what though? In Germany, even if you make fun of the Holocaust, or even if you like make a joke about it, that you're in trouble. It's not like denying it is like.
Yeah, you can't fuck around with it at all. Or in England, you can't make fun of. You can't criticize the royalty, the Queen and shit. It's illegal to talk shit about the. Well,
you
the
also
royalty.
and you also can't make a joke about your dog being Hitler, or you'll go to jail too.
Oh.
I think that's Scotland.
That's probably Europe.
UK.
Europe law. Europe law. Yeah. UK law.
Europe law.
Whatever.
You mean Sharia law?
Well, that's coming to Europe, but enjoy that over there, folks.
Some of those laws are probably extremely old. It's not like the Queen sat down and was like, put that law into effect.
Well,
I think they do still actively pursue that, though. That's not like an old thing that's a joke anymore. You still can't criticize them.
Yeah. Well, you know what?
I don't know that much about their laws.
I want to know
I'm just
Bird
saying
law.
that like some of them probably go pretty far back.
You know what?
Yeah, there's some crazy archaic laws like we have, like it's illegal to bathe on a Sunday with the window open.
Yeah.
Shit like that.
Well, the world is so weird right now that what's happening is the extreme left and right sides are drumming up the worst of the worst from both sides. It's crazy. Like, who would have ever thought? Like, right now, there's people so angry at the extreme left that they're opening the door for these crazy right-wing, like, Nazi people, like, who are really coming up. It's not, I mean, it's hard to say that because, like, everyone's calling everyone a Nazi now and desensitizing the word and whatever. But, like, dude, you're going to see some of the worst motherfuckers on the left and the right. You're going to see people on the left that want to, like, lock up white straight males, and you're going to see people on the right that are going to bring back, like, crosses, and we need to get burn, like, people who aren't white and stuff. Like, you're going to see the worst of the worst from both sides coming, and it's all because there's so many poor people now, and there's so much crap and whatever that people have nothing to do. And before it was like people would join gangs or whatever the hell they did. But it's like now you're giving people a cause, right? Like Antifa, like, and there'll be a right-wing thing that happens soon too, because there really isn't one right now. They just say alt-right, blah blah blah, but that's not really bad. But like there'll be like a rise of this weird ass Nazi stuff, and like we're gonna see some serious shit. My hope though is that they have a battle.
KKK.
Yeah, it's the it's the KKK too. They didn't get it done. We will. But no, even the guy in Boston over here, the guy from Boston who like is basically starting it, he's sort of like hiding behind that he's like not a Nazi or whatever, but he really is. And when he had the rally and everything, and I just remember seeing the video. Dom is Live showed me this, and I don't know his like Dom is Live's viewpoint on lots of stuff, but it was really funny. He showed me the video, and when they were all sitting there, and he was like, "Now Abraham Lincoln," and then the whole crowd went boo. Like, are we still at war right now? Is it like it's like 1780? Like, what is going on? Like, boo! So wait a minute. So you don't like Abraham Lincoln, but we're America now. So that means that you're proving the point for the other people that don't want the stat. It's just really weird. Like, why would you boo him? Like, for what reason? Why would you do that? Like, I wouldn't boo Abraham Lincoln. I don't even think I'd boo
same people. It's the same people that are like, when anybody like criticizes Trump or whatever, and they're like, he's our president. You have to like respect him and like, when all this shit, and it's like, but you're gonna boo things you don't like.
Yeah, I mean, I don't care if people.
Past presidents.
It's just weird to boo that. To be like, we love this Robert E. Lee statue. Like, they were like talking about how they loved the statue, and then they were like, and then he was like, and you know, back when Abraham Lincoln, and then they were just like, boo, and it was like weird. It was like, so you wait a minute, so you love that, you say that that you support the statue because of its history, not because of like the racist stuff, but now you're booing Abraham Lincoln. It's really odd. Like, I don't know, just very strange to me.
Well, they're hypocrites. They're idiots. Like, it's,
you know what?
They want to keep their racist statue. Like, is all it is.
Well, and I know that some people don't see it that way. Some people really do see it. They're like, I grew up with
yeah,
the statue.
Yeah, but if that
and
was the truth, then they wouldn't boo Abraham Lincoln.
No, I agree. Those people are fucked. Because why would you boo?
Well,
like,
I'm talking specifically about those people.
And then they like started getting chanting. You know what they should do is take down every statue. I mean, you have to. Either you leave them all up or you take them all down. Like Washington and Franklin, you can't put their statues up. But you know what?
It's what they stand. But it's not. It's because of what they stand for.
Well,
and the fact that they were on the opposing side that divided our country.
Well, it's like saying, you know, Gene Roddenberry. Like, put a statue up for Gene Roddenberry in the honor of, like, supporting diversity in women and men and everybody getting together. But then someone says, well, Gene Roddenberry kind of cheated on his wife all the time and kind of was a shithead. You know, would you take his statue down? I kind of feel
like that's less extreme than enslaving an entire...
Well, it is
seceding and trying to overthrow the country.
Yeah.
Well, no, I'm not
being a crappy husband.
No, I'm not comparing the two in that way. I'm comparing.
Well, you are, when you're trying to make an analogy, you are making a comparison.
No, I'm saying that it's very similar in the idea that, like, well, you know, some people just like Gene Roddenberry for Star Trek, so yeah, I like the statue, and then, but if it was for that certain reason, other people would say, but that's kind of ridiculous because he's really not a good role model.
I think a lot of the difference is, too, though, that a lot of people rally around these statues. They see the like, nobody's holding up Gene Roddenberry as, like, a great leader and stuff. Like you know, it's like there's a lot of racist people that see these statues as, like, these heroes.
You know what? Put a dick up. Put a penis, like a dildo, up where all the statues are. Like, every statue they take down, put a giant penis up. I think that'd be really fun. I see
the artistic merit, the sense that everyone, deep down, really, all humans are dickheads.
Yes, exactly. And then
what's that country? There's some country that has like a giant penis festival.
What? It's Germany, definitely. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know.
I know. I want to say it's an Asian country.
Oh my God.
I was gonna go with the Dutch.
Hold on, I'm gonna look it up right now.
I don't think they should be glorifying.
Japan's always an easy bet for weird shit, for weird festivals.
It is in Japan.
Yeah, look at that.
There you go. Yep.
Well, that's okay because they're
something weird. It's probably happening in Japan.
That's awesome. That is awesome. Oh, you see it?
It's in Kawasaki.
Kawasaki Cockfest. Oh, you like this? You like this?
It's held every spring. Damn, we just missed it.
Oh, we could have. I bet you it's streamed somewhere.
I'm not even like you. Look up the pictures
kidding.
Though, like.
Oh my God, I would have got.
Look up the pictures. It's like people walking around this giant everywhere.
Hey, can you make me a cock cake for the celebration?
I hope Gavin doesn't come right down right now.
I can see nobody's out there.
All right, good.
It's a sausage fest.
It's like it's crazy.
Super Chat Party.
Mike Daniels, what's up?
What's up, Joe, Jake, Leah, and Connor?
Oh, okay.
What's up?
Yeah, half of those people, like Mike Daniels again. I can't tell if he's serious or just the worst listener ever.
No, I think he's messing with you.
He's being facetious.
Yeah, because, you know, I mean, he watches, he knows. Plus, he always calls Ken like a fathead or something.
Well, he was the one that didn't know it was me the other week that he thought I was. I think Connor, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think he knows what he's doing.
I hope so.
Thank you, Mike Daniels. We'll talk about the soccer stuff.
Super Chat Party.
The name was Jocelyn Hernandez. I think I knew her.
What? Oh, the person that died, Jocelyn Hernandez.
Yeah, that was her.
I don't think Steven knew her. I'm just gonna say.
Did you see this video on Facebook that Buff posted?
No, I think I unfollowed him, but
Lady in the wheelchair.
I'll go look. I think I unfollowed him.
I should unfollow him. I have no idea. I don't even know how I started following him, to be honest.
Yeah, he's too far gone for me.
Hey J-A-U-U, hey J-A-U-U, hey J-A-U-U, hey J-A-U-U, hey J-A-U-U, hey J-A-U-U.
Oh my God.
Hey J-A-U-U, hey J-A-U-U, hey J-A-U-U, hey J-A-U-U, hey J-A-U-U, hey J-A-U-U. Blow out the candles and put them in my tight white ass.
Oh my God. Guess who that was?
Oh no. I just shared this stupid thing on my timeline on accident.
It was Young Repulsive Skin. Thank you, Young Repulsive Skin.
Wish it was Tommy that got killed in that crash.
Oh my God! What the fuck?
I think I had a feeling that's where that whole story was going when he brought that up.
Yeah, let's call the police.
Oh my God! I wish it was Tommy. What is wrong with you, Steven? That's horrible.
He's just going heel on everybody, trying to see what sticks.
Yeah, you're right. That is what he's doing. Not a bad idea, I guess. Well, just... I can't believe he said that, but just for the fun of it, let's hear this. Oh my God.
My buns.
Oh no.
Oh my goodness, my buns. Footages.
Jesus. Steven, thank you.
Super Chat Party.
From one B-Day boy to another, happy birthday, Joe.
Red Enigma 23, thank you, man, for the $2. Happy birthday to us. Happy birthday to us. I would go inside you tonight. Happy birthday, Red Enigma. You sorry son of a bitch. No, I'm just kidding. Thank you. The fuck?
I just spit on my phone.
We got ABC 123's coming up. I can't wait to see what this is.
Michael
ABC.
Jackson?
Super Chat Party.
Too much dyke riding black people, Joe FM. I don't care about blacks and certainly don't like colorful neighborhoods.
Oh my God, man. What the fuck, dude? That's not even fucking funny. Come on, man. Why can't you be funny? Besides, your dad got raped.
Lack of talent, apparently.
I watched a good interview with Tito Jackson today, actually, speaking of the Jacksons. And it was cool. It was really cool. He's like so much older, it's weird. You know, his dad just passed away.
Tito Jackson, that guy everyone knows only as a punchline.
Well, now I know him a little better. I watched this interview, and I was like, damn, it's pretty crazy. You know, he didn't follow his music career, he says, because he started a family and wanted to pay attention to the family. And now he's doing it really so much because, you know, the kids are all growing up and stuff. So now...
Well, now he doesn't have Joe and Michael to worry about.
That's what I think. I think it's like, well, this is the time, you know, because everybody looking for they're so nostalgic. They want a taste of Michael Jackson, and I'm the only way they can get that.
It's like, I don't know exactly how much older he is, but I'm pretty sure he was the oldest one. Like when Michael was 5, he was like at a high school or in high school or something. So you got to think he's him. You look at it, fucking your little brother, like 15 years younger than you, blowing everybody away, and you're like, oh, fuck this, I'm gonna become a doctor.
Well, he told a good good story about it. He was like, dude, we used to all play. He said he would try. His dad would say, don't touch my guitar, and when he went to work, Tito would grab the guitar and play it, and his mom knew about it. His mom would actually give him the guitar and be like, whatever. And one day he was like, I snapped a guitar string, and he's like, I couldn't string a guitar, couldn't figure it out, and Dad came home, beat the shit out of me, then sat me down and was like, what the hell what do you know? And so then he started playing, and he was like, oh, you're pretty good, So then they all started practicing.
He beat the shit out of me again.
Yeah, they probably beat him up. They beat him up again, and and it's weird. We all do have that, like, especially that movie really painted the dad like a crazy bastard. And it was, I'm sure it was scary and stuff like that. And, Tito was talking about how he thinks it was a good thing. He's like, because, man, back then kids, everything was so much better. Now it's so bad because kids are just running around with no dad or not enough discipline.
Super Chat Party.
He was thankful for the ass whooping.
Happy birthday to Joe. Happy birthday to Joe. Happy birthday, Joe. You look like a monkey and you smell like one too. Just kidding, Joe. Happy B-Day.
Look like an idiot is what I look like. Finn Ballard forever. Thanks for the $5, man. What's up? Thanks for the birthday wishes. Thank you, man, for the $5 super chat. But yeah, it's if you guys want a super chat, down below it's the $sign. If you guys want to donate regular way, it's over there on the left. Twitch alerts. Feel free to look down the list. There's a bunch of different alerts you guys can donate if you want to support. Throwdown, this is episode 13. Holy shit.
Or if you want to just mail a
ShiBUM
sack of cash.
Happy birthday, Joe.
I'll take it.
I wish you all the success and happiness during your next trip around the sun.
Wow.
Have a good night.
Old
Man Davey. What is up, old man Davey? You old motherfucker. You old motherfucker.
Old man Davey, thanks for the $5, man. It's good to hear from you, man. What have you been up to, old man Davey? You went into hibernation.
Well, he's old.
And yeah, thanks to everybody who signed up on Patreon today. Patreon.com/Joe Cronin Show. Episode 101 of Morning Madness is up now. So that's been up. We did it live today on Patreon too. But anyway, back to Tito, man. So he broke the guitar. And yeah, his dad beat the shit out of him. So anyway, his brothers and him were all practicing for a while. And, Michael was like 2. And I guess he had like some thing at the school, like a concert. He was old. Maybe he was older by now, 3 or 4.
Talent show or something.
Yeah, like something like that. Maybe he was 5 by then. And they heard him sing. And they were like, holy shit. Like they couldn't even believe it that it was their brother singing. And they were like, you're in the band. You got to do something with us. So they knew right away, so this wasn't like a creep up thing to me, like where it was like, oh man, our brother gets all the spotlight. I think they kind of knew right from the beginning. You can all play pretty damn good instruments all you want, but if you don't have the X factor, you're screwed. It doesn't matter how good you play.
Factor.
Yeah, they had the mega Michael. They had the mega factor. They didn't just have some gold record once. They had the Mecca.
Yeah, you're right. It says when it started out, it was just Jackie, Tito, and Jermaine. Oh, by the way, Jackie apparently is the oldest. Big Mike corrected me. And it said younger brothers Marlon and Michael would soon join thereafter.
Right.
So, yeah, I guess
Marlon.
probably just was brothers having a band, and you're like, oh shit, imagine that, like, oh shit, our younger brother's gonna be the greatest singer of all time.
Yeah,
come and join the band.
I can't believe that. I don't know, it's just a crazy story. And that Jackson 5 documentary or whatever, that Lifetime movie or whatever it was years ago. It wasn't Lifetime. It wasn't even Lifetime then. I don't think. It was whatever that TV show movie was, where a 3-parter.
Probably MTV or VH1 or something.
I think it was VH1, actually, now that you say that. It was really good. It was really entertaining. It was, you knew that there was, I don't know, the kids did get beat and stuff, but a lot of kids got beat back then. See, I don't think you need to beat your kid like that. But clearly, like, not being able to, like, even, like, sometimes you can't even spank a kid or whatever. Like, that's just, like, there's some people out there slapping around their kid for no reason, like crazy. That's ridiculous. But, like, I don't know. He's like, we were terrified of our dad. That's what they all say, is like, we're scared shitless of our dad. But I'm like, some dads, too, you don't have to whack your kid around to be scared of your dad, right, Leah? Like, you're scared of your dad. Your dad didn't even whack you.
Yeah, he did.
Well, but how much?
I don't know. We avoided him, so not much. I mean, you learn how to avoid.
Well, what the hell does that mean?
I don't know. I don't really want to talk about it.
All right. Man, maybe that's what's up with you. Maybe that's why I can't control. Like I can't seem to control you enough. Maybe that's you need a slap, something like that. You know, what I mean, they say sometimes the girls look for like the guys like their dad. So maybe that's what it is.
Yeah, try it.
You know, there's no video right now, but I'm pretty sure I know the exact look that's on Leah's face. And Joe, I don't think it's a good one.
Just kidding. Imagine that. Well, I'm just saying this might actually be a good thing for her. Like she might be like in the back of her mind, like, man, I'd wish he'd throw me in the wall like my dad did. You know? I wish he'd trip me down the stairs like my father did. Like what? I don't know, dude. I'm trying to make a joke out of the fact that like every time you hear these like psychologists and stuff, they're like, women seek out a guy like their father. They look for guys like their father. So like, you know what I mean? But it's like that's not really true. They look for like the good parts of their father in some people. But so it'd be just funny like if someone's like, well, my dad used to slap me around. Well, you know that explains Rihanna. You know what I mean? Looking for Chris Brown. A good little slap there.
Pretty sure that's a whole plot line in Stephen King's It.
What? Oh, that the girl's Beverly's father. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so she should have been looking for a guy who wanted to keep her in her. Well, she did. Did you remember in the show? Because she's.
That's what I'm saying.
That's literally what he said.
Oh, okay. All right.
Jeez.
Hey, I'm half blonde. But that's it. It's what I'm saying. Beverly was looking for that. But clearly Leah's not because she's still here. Right? If you were looking for that, you'd be like, you know what? If you don't punch me a couple times, I'm leaving. Wouldn't that be weird? I know there's probably someone out there like that. It's like I need, you know, like I'm not kidding. It's weird. It's creepy, but it probably
Find
goes
anybody on the internet.
Exactly. Craigslist. Remember Funny People when Seth Rogen was doing the jokes on stage and he was like, yeah, so you have a lot of what happened if like MySpace got in a fight with Craigslist or something like that? And he's like, MySpace has more friends. MySpace definitely has more friends, so that would be they'd be outnumbered. But Craig's got some weird friends. Craig's got some weirder friends or whatever. And he's talking about how Craigslist has the weirder friends. I thought that was fucking hilarious when I first heard it. Now Craigslist is it's all rapists and stuff, isn't it?
I feel like it's a small population. Like it's probably not in every section, just the weirder sections. The personals, maybe stay away from the personals. You know, there's probably not too many rapists in the classified ads for jobs and whatnot.
Dude,
I would hope.
I swear to God, though.
Too much.
But you think you're showing up to look at a blow dryer or like a lawnmower or whatever, blow dryer, a lawnmower, snowblower, and then some girl answers the phone, answers the door in like leather panties. Like, hey, it's right here. You look good. I got stuff inside. You want to see it? What? Like, there's a hilarious amount of stories like that on Craigslist where, like, you showed up to grab a snowblower or something like that, and some, like, two girls were there.
I've got some kind of blower.
There's, like, two women waiting there with, like, a camera. What are the World Cup standings? I don't know, man. I got to look it up.
All I know is we're not in it, so I ain't watching.
That's why
even if we were in it, I probably still wouldn't be watching.
You know, I loved it back in 09 or 2010? I don't remember when the second to last one was. That was the one where US actually won a game in it too.
I have a shirt from the World Cup '94. My uncle was a foreman out in Detroit for some of the buildings they built.
That's really back. I was 10.
I was wearing it the other day. It was just put away for like the first decade that it was in existence, so it's actually still a pretty good quality shirt. It's Adidas shirt. It's got like Adidas logo on the back and shit. Yeah, World Cup '94. I'm rocking that 24 years later.
I mean, I don't know. I can't tell. I can't read these standings quite right yet. It looks like Uruguay is undefeated.
Just say every game ended 1-0. They'll believe you.
Yeah. Spain is 1-0. How did they only play one game, but Uruguay's played 3? That seems weird.
Is that they have like ties or something? Does it not show ties where you are right now?
No, there it is. A win-win-win. Yeah, win-win-win. We get like France has 2 and a D. I suppose that's what's a D? A draw? Yeah, a draw. Shit, yeah, I can't really read all this stuff the right way, but Belgium, like the weirdest things like Belgium, Croatia, Uruguay are all 3-0, according to this, if I'm reading this right. Brazil. I mean, well, Brazil only has two wins and a draw, so like even Brazil. Like, where's Mexico? Because Mexico is the one that they beat Germany, right? And everybody was surprised. But where do they stand? I've been really interested in Mexico because I was like, well, I'm going to cheer for Mexico. Mexico
didn't. I don't know if they beat Germany originally, but that thing that happened was I think South Korea beat Germany, which allowed Mexico to advance.
Oh, well, that's what it was. Okay.
I don't know if they beat them in their game, but
Mexico is 2-1, just like Sweden is. So that's interesting. That's a close bracket there in Group F. So many groups. There's Group A, B, C, up to H.
Yeah, that's because like every single fucking country like does the World Cup. Anybody can play soccer.
Yeah, well, that's what that leads into, like the story of stupid dumbface Hope Solo, who said that youth soccer in the U.S. has become a rich white kid sport. Which I don't know what the context is, so maybe she was just trying to state like, it's kind of a rich white kid sport. I don't know if that's what she said, but I don't get why she said that. It makes no sense. It's not a rich white kid sport. I see it being played in all over the place, except for poor. First of all, like let's say like poor white kids can like play soccer. I see it all the time. Poor white kids play soccer. Around here, they play soccer. Some of them don't have a lot of money. Asian kids, they play soccer. Black kids, they play soccer. However, in Boston, in the poor sections, in the poverty areas in Boston, a lot of the black kids would rather play basketball than soccer. So that happens, but a lot of black kids do play soccer. So like it's just weird for Hope Solo to randomly say that, it's just a rich white kid sport. I mean, it's played everywhere. Soccer is played everywhere. Like I don't know if maybe people outside the U.S. don't know this because we like don't seem to care about soccer in the U.S. We actually care about it more now than we ever did, by the way. But even though we don't seem to care about soccer in our country, when we're kids, we all play it, or we all have a chance to play it. I mean, what did it cost Gavin to play soccer, Leah? Was it?
It was like nothing. I mean, we had to buy like gear
Cleats.
for him, but no, he didn't even need cleats because he was so young.
Yeah, I was young. Yeah, I looked up the registration fees, like for one of the teams, like when they get older, and it's for the year of soccer, right? For the year of soccer, and they provide shin pads with this. They give you a shirt, shin pads, socks, and the uniform and everything. $90. So once a year, you would have had to pay $90.
Yeah, Brenna's dance cost more than that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it says.
And they didn't include shit.
And also, let me say this: Brenna's dance class cost a shit ton more than that. I don't know about a shit ton, but it cost more than that. And 70% of the kids were not white. So I don't know. Hope Solo's a stupid cunt.
Yeah, I guess she. One of the things she was saying is she quoted something that said like the average price for a kid to play soccer is like $15,000 a year. But then someone's like, no, I don't know. There was a study last year that said the average across the country is $1,400 per year. But I'm the same with you guys. Like, what? Like, who's paying that much? Where do you need to pay that much to fucking play soccer?
She's talking about.
Yeah, you buy shoes, shin pads, and maybe there's a couple $100 fee to play in a league or for the school or something.
She's talking about like the top tier travel leagues in the country. Like your kid is a prodigy. But even if your kid's a prodigy, like the team's not going to, you know what I mean? Like,
oh, okay. So maybe she's saying for the elite, it costs money to be elite for that kind of
Right.
stuff. Okay, it's
Maybe.
a little more understandable.
maybe she's saying that. But if she should be mad about anything, it'd be hockey. Like, hockey's insane. Like, it would cost me.
Oh yeah, hockey's a rich white kid sport.
Yeah, hockey is definitely. It's a $3,000 to get a goalie. Well, I mean, if you actually go on eBay, you know, if you don't have a lot of money and you go on eBay to a thrift place or somewhere like that, you can have your kid playing goalie for $300.
All the secondhand shit. Yeah.
Yeah, you
Still
can
a lot
do
of money. All the pads. And
It
you
is.
got to replace that shit. Obviously, you're getting hit all the time.
It is, but you know what? It's like, what are you gonna do? Make everything free because you just deserve it? Like, I mean, what are you talking about? And like
ice time, like there's shit. There's behind the scenes costs. Yeah.
Yeah. If you want your kid to be in a sport, you better start working. I mean, that's the thing. I mean, like, that's all it is to it. But I mean, there's programs though for this stuff too. But just to say it's a weird, like, I just think it's weird to bring that into it. It's bizarre. Like, there's not even that many on the travel teams. Are the kids all white? Is that what I mean, are they? I mean, I don't know. You know? What was the... Let me look it up. Hold on.
Well, and that's something that goes to, you know, regions and cities. And I guess you're right. If she's talking about super top tier, like, region, like, oh, all state teams like that, or I guess then maybe you're not pulling from as much of a pool. But I guess we're thinking more on local levels where it's really not a big deal.
Yeah. I mean,
I guess it's all perspective. Some are just a little stranger perspectives than others.
Yeah. I mean, it could be true if it's the travel teams, because, you know, when you do get into private stuff, like private schools, travel teams and stuff like that, it gets pretty competitive. And it's like, does your kid have the registration fee? You know, that type of thing. Like, so, like, you can see where she's going, but I think, and maybe it's the article that takes it so far out of context. Or, you know, maybe if she had said, like, you know, in soccer, it's very hard for anybody that's
a little more specific. I think
Yeah.
she generalized it a little too much. Because, yeah, thinking like any American, like in a hockey player, I don't know if people know in Canada, like, kids actually play like from the age of like 14 to like 19. Like, hockey's legitimately a job. Like, it's practically a professional sport up there. But I feel like anyone that plays in America, like, goes to private. Any like serious guys that got to the league went to like private hockey high schools. Like Tony Amonte coaches the one in Braintree that's like a private high school that focuses on hockey. They have one of like the best teams in the country. So I'm sure that shit's super expensive.
Does this mean Crystal Dunn is a rich black girl?
Oh, considering she's a soccer player, no.
Well, I mean, no, but she made it on the soccer team. So according to whatever. No, you know what? I take it back.
Oh, you mean when she was a kid? Is her family rich?
Yes, because she made it to the big leagues or whatever. She made it to the U.S. soccer team. Is she rich?
I
You know,
guess
I don't
we'd have
know.
to check.
Interesting thing though. They are the whole team it does look like white girls though. The whole soccer team, except for like two girls who maybe have Latino descent or something like that, some kind of mix or tan. I can't really tell what exactly their background by looking at them, but everybody else is, you know. I mean, you could just replace like that with rich, and like, I mean, I could see rich kids make the teams. I don't know. Youth soccer though, I see all kinds of people playing youth soccer. That's why I don't understand. Like, she made the statement like youth soccer is primarily rich. It's a rich white kid sport. I just don't agree with that. Like, there's so many just people all over the place that are playing soccer, and a lot of these people come from different countries at some point. That's why they're so into soccer, because we're getting so much more of a world infusion into our country in the last 15 years than ever. And so it's like, I don't know I just don't get what they're talking about. Like, I get what, you know, I mean, 70% of the country was white like about 25, 35 years ago, so a lot of soccer was played by white kids, I'll say that. Yeah, I guess. But what is that? What the fuck are you saying? By the way, what the hell kind of name is Hope Solo, by the way? Was she named after Star Wars on purpose?
Well, no, that's her last name, so.
No, I mean, the whole name is Hope Solo?
No, Hope is her first name. Solo is her last name.
Yeah, so like Star Wars, A New Hope.
Were you named after blank Cronin? Not Joe Cronin. Cronin's the last name. That's her name. Her parents had the name Solo. Their dad, presumably, his dad had the name Solo. That's how family names work.
Yeah, but maybe they were like, well, you know, we got the last name Solo, and I like Star Wars, and that's like Han Solo.
So we'll name her Hope?
So we'll name her Hope, like A New Hope. That's my favorite Star Wars movie. Get it? And you're not going to call her
there's a possibility.
You're not going to call her a new hope.
A new hope.
Yeah, like Hope's a real name. Wouldn't that be cute?
Nowadays, there probably is at least one person named A New Hope.
What's her middle
Nowadays
name?
in this country.
What's her middle name, I wonder?
Jesus. Okay, what if it's Leia? I guess you got confirmation.
Hope Leia Solo.
The average price for a kid to play soccer in America is $15,000 a year. Imagine if you have...
The average price for a kid in America to play soccer is not $15,000 a year. What is she talking about? What the fuck kind of acid is she doing? What is she talking about?
2-3 kids.
What is she talking about?
The average price for a kid to play soccer in America is $15,000 a year.
That is not true. That is just not true. For a kid to play soccer,
She's crazy.
she's a fucking crazy idiot. She has to be a moron. She's a soccer player. She's an idiot. Like, what the fuck kind of crack cocaine are you smoking? Like,
somebody must have like written to her about something and just like thrown out random bullshit numbers.
No,
and she just cited it.
she's trying
without
to
actually
jump in
looking
on
it
the
up.
whole SJW crap is what it is. Like, her soccer career must be over or something. And she's trying to jump in on the, I'm going to be a social justice warrior. Like, what? The average for she didn't say the average amount for a kid who's looking to really make it in soccer or something like that, or to make the U.S. team, or to make the world team, or to like be serious. She didn't say any of that. She said average amount for a kid. Not true. Gavin played. It was $30. He could play this year. $40. And then if you add the all the equipment and everything he needs, $100. $100 if you add the shoes, the shin pads, the team items.
And he's probably not even that good at it.
No. But you know what? It's not $15,000 a year. What? You are a fucking idiot whore.
Imagine if you have 2-3 kids.
Oh my God! Yeah, imagine if you had 2-3 kids. It would be it'd be $45,000 or $50,000 if you had 5. Like, oh my God! It would be $45,000 for 3 kids.
What's the person's response? They hopefully ask her. No, there's no way they ask her where she got her numbers. Of course, they probably just nod and ask another stupid question.
Has she ever heard of
Go ahead and play
soccer
it. I wanna
moms?
find out now.
Soccer moms drive beat up giant vans that they bought for $8,000.
WinStars still exist today.
Right. And they drive like fucking droves of their own kids to soccer games and practices. There is no chance in hell that any parent is letting their 3 kids play soccer if it costs them $45,000 a year. You idiot.
$15,000 a year just to have your kid play soccer.
No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. I want to murder you.
And then if you want them to maybe get looked at to go to a university, or get looked at to get on the pathway to be on the U.S., which are these young kids' dreams.
Oh, so now it's going to go up even more, according to her. So like regular play, like it's $15,000.
Apparently, she's talking about. A couple people are pointing out in chat. It costs $15,000 to play on like the official like U.S. development league for kids.
Oh, well, but she's not saying that, though. She's saying it just for any
She's
kid.
making it sound like it's just in general, yeah.
Yeah. She's not saying, like, oh, the special... That's what she's getting at now, which is what I was saying.
Maybe get looked at to go to a university, or get looked at to...
Guess what? It costs a lot of money for college players to go to fucking to play football, too, for those stupid schools.
There's got to be scholarships, too, for whatever, for those development
is.
leagues and stuff, right? They want the talent.
This is a
If
big...
somebody's good enough, they'll want them to get there.
It's a big virtue signal.
To get on the pathway to be on the U.S., which are these young kids' dreams.
Oh, it's the young kids' dreams.
You're basically telling these kids, you might be the best in the world one day, but you will never play for your country because you don't have the money to do so. I found out that if I was a part of the system today, you know, I've played in...
You think you found out a lot of dumb
Part
shit.
of the system now, bitch.
2004 Olympics, 2008, 2012, 2016 Olympics. I was able to follow my dreams, and my family would not have been able to afford to put me in soccer if I was a young kid today. So I actually learned that I would never have been able to follow my dreams.
So I think she needs to just reword everything she's saying because she's her heart's in the right place at the end of the day, right? Like I agree with her that if there is there's an amazing young African American boy who's just sick, right? But you know what? To be honest, if there's some kid right now, a young kid who's crazy good at soccer, he will get into the league. And I'll tell you why. Because he'll get a sponsorship. There's no way that if some kid is like a prodigy and he's scoring goals like you wouldn't believe, like, and he's just this crazy kid, and the parents or the manager or whatever it is, they pump this kid around. First of all, a team would pay for him because they'll win with him. Second of all, I think you could find a sponsorship. Like, hey, this kid's going to be a star someday. Jump on it now. Would you like to sponsor him going to the... Like, isn't that what kids always did? They got sponsorships. That's what the soccer teams do. They get sponsorships. But she made a mistake by wording it kids, all kids. Like, every single kid is dreaming of growing up to play for the U.S. soccer team. That's not what she was saying. She changed it to that at the end. But the beginning of that was not what she was saying. She made it seem ridiculous. She should have said, for any kids who are transitioning from recreational play to trying to turn soccer into a professional career, or somebody who has amazing skills, you know, it would be like telling Beethoven, sorry, there's not a piano for you to play, you know, or you can't play a piano because it's going to cost you money you don't have, you know. And I don't know, there's ways around it, number one, but if she had worded it like that from the beginning, it would have been fine. We wouldn't even be talking about this. We'd be like, yeah, dude, it's enraging that some kid is unable to play soccer when his talent is so good. Like, if I was a rich guy, and I saw a parent, like, on a GoFundMe site or something like, hey, check this out. Jamal is nasty at soccer. It's his dream to play soccer. This is all he does. He ranks like #1 in his whole county and state in soccer and goals, and this is blah, blah, blah. We don't have the money to put him to the next level. He could become the #1 star in the country, blah, blah, blah. You know what you do? So if I was rich, I would call that person and say, hey, you know, I read your story. I'm going to sponsor him being on that team. And whatever the fuck else he's gonna do, you know, and whatever. And maybe if you're a sick bastard, even you put in the contract, whenever he gets like endorsements or whatever, you get 5% back, and maybe you make a penny off the fuck at some point. You know what I mean? Like, think if someone did that with LeBron James, like a manager was like, yeah, LeBron, everything you get, you know, I'm gonna fund you, but 5% goes to me. You know, and you just make money off the rest of your life. It's an investment. So think about that, you rich investor guys. You know, Donald Trump would jump at that probably in a second. Like, want to see this kid play, Donald? Listen, he needs $15,000. Would you want to do that? And here's what we'll do for you. You know, there's so many things that could be done to do that. But I absolutely do agree that if some kid can't get funded to play when he's that good, that sucks. That's bullshit, and we need to figure that out for sure. But what she said at the beginning was generalizing that all kids, all soccer players, this or that. But I would also say that after disagreeing with what I thought was a different sentiment she was giving, she's kind of right when I look at the team, at who make it on the U.S. soccer team. There's a lot of white girls. And I can't believe who's the top teams a lot of times in the world, right? Are white people that good at soccer? I mean, soccer is probably, what do you think? Do you think soccer is one of the most balanced sports there is, Troy? Because... like, in football, it seems like there is balance, but it seems like a lot of times the white guys are pigeonholed to the kicker, the punter, the quarterback, you know, and stuff like that. And in basketball, like, pretty much there are no white guys anymore. And in hockey, it's mostly white guys, but some black guys are really good too. But maybe they're eliminated too because of economics and stuff like that and tradition.
Hey, I think Brian Scalabrine would like to have a word with you.
I know Scal's good.
The White Mamba.
I know. God damn it. Steve Kerr was good. It's John Stockton.
I think the Celtics are going to re-sign Aaron Baines, or they already did. I don't remember.
Wait, what?
The big white guy that looks like me. They're re-signing him.
Oh, okay, I got you.
Aaron Baines.
Yeah, $15,000. If that's what it is, I mean, that's just nobody can afford that. See, never mind the white. See, she says white people and stuff like that, like white rich kids. Well, the black girl that made it, is she rich? So really, you should just eliminate the word white and black and just say
rich people.
Just say rich people. Like, I'm sorry, like mostly only white. You could say mostly the people that are going to be able to afford this are white rich kids. You know what I mean? But it's really rich people. It's rich people or poor people. I couldn't afford it. Half the anybody I know couldn't afford this. Couldn't afford $15,000 a year. Never mind a couple kids. So, you know, that's just a problem in general. Because think about it, for all the black kids that she's talking about, and maybe all the Hispanic kids or Latino or whatever race, Asians, and probably Asians got the money, but for all the people that can't afford to be on the team, I bet you if you really look at it, there's a lot of white people that can't make it either. You know, like Tim Morris can't make it either because he don't have the money for that shit. Nobody does. That's a lot of money. $15,000 a year for your kid to play soccer? That investment return might never come back, other than their smile. You know, I mean, what do you? $15,000. Like, even if you were making $100,000 a year, to drop $15,000 on soccer is nuts. I would say,
yeah, it's pretty much only going to be the people that are at that top tier level that, you really think you can make it into the Olympics.
Yeah, like I said, there's got to be guys out there, investors and people that would take a chance, you know.
And when you think about it, when it boils down to it, at being at that level, she's not. It's really not that big of a problem. How many kids are there that are elite soccer players? Like, what percentage of kids are going to be at that level? Like, she's talking about problems for a select few extremely gifted athletes.
I would say that there's got to
probably be okay.
With the influx of people from around the world, people coming here from Mexico, Brazil, other European countries, and who are here already who play, you know, I would say that there's got to be, you know, maybe 300 pretty damn good players around this country, maybe, that we don't even know about. And chances are, probably 250 of them don't have the money for this. But 50 of them do. And 20 of those will make the team.
Some people probably don't even know about it. Like,
Maybe.
I wasn't even thinking about crazy development camps. I didn't realize the U.S. had one for kids. Who knows?
Yeah, you know, I had no idea either. I mean, I played soccer for 3 years as a kid. And I enjoyed it. 309, what's up?
What's up, Joe?
Hey, man, what's up?
Hey, just wanted to talk about this whole soccer thing. Yeah, what that lady's saying is complete bullcrap about the $15,000 a year. I played ever since I was 5 years old. I'm 24 now. Played all the way through college, and yeah, $15,000. There's no way my parents all together in my, 12, 15 years, paid that much money.
Now, she's saying that she kind of changed at the end and went into the, like, if you want to be the elite, like the top tier.
Yeah, you're not good enough to need to pay that much money.
Yeah. So
so the way that it works is, like, you can play for your, local parochial league, which is probably what you were talking about with your kid that they're in, which is kind of like the cheaper leagues. And then you can also play for a club, which would get a little bit more expensive for probably a little bit less than $1,000 a year.
I think that's what we call the travel team.
Travel team.
Yeah, and then there's things that are actually called academies. And so I don't know if you guys have ever heard of that. Academies are like places like Chicago Fire, for example. The MLS team, they have a Chicago Fire Academy.
Yeah.
Where kids will pay like probably upwards of $5,000 a year.
Wow.
To go play at. But the thing is that they're getting coached up by, coaches from either overseas or the very best coaches of the U.S. And so, yeah, like she said, that you have to pay more money in order to get that better coaching, which then probably leads to you having a better career in soccer. The real problem in the U.S., I think, is that the coaching overall just isn't very good.
Yeah.
You're bringing in guys from overseas in order to coach us, and it's so expensive to get, like, high coaching licenses in soccer in the U.S., while overseas you can get those coaching licenses for relatively cheaper.
Why in the world do you have to get coaching licenses to coach a soccer
game? Yeah, it goes like on a grade system. So you start at the bottom, like coaching license F, and then you work your way all the way up to A. So basically, it's like you go and you get trained on how to coach. So you learn from other coaches about how to teach certain skills and techniques and tactical.
You're telling me there are
coaches?
coaches? How do you become a coach?
Yeah.
Coach?
Well, it's like hockey.
I have no idea, but they get paid the big bucks for how expensive it is.
Well, hockey's a little bit similar, although you can kind of schlub your way onto hockey, like, you know, reffing at night and stuff. But you know what's funny is you mentioned the elite league or whatever, the practice seminars with these people. You can do that. Baseball does this, and it's weird because in baseball, you can go to a camp, like a really professional camp somewhere, and get like instructed by professionals, like people who are in the MLB now, like coaches in the MLB, and they hold these things, and those are usually $300 to $500. So that's way less too than the soccer one. But soccer is not as popular, so you could see why it's more money, because you know there's so much more people playing baseball in America still than soccer. Although I think that's going to be shifting soon.
Yeah, they project that in about 5 to 10 years that soccer popularity will overtake baseball in the United States.
Yeah, you know, I wouldn't be surprised. It's really weird, but I'm not kidding. It's really, there's a different, I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's the people coming in from all around the world or our awareness of the world more, because like for so many years we were like, we're America and we don't whatever. But with social media and just all these things, we're becoming way more observant, I feel like, of the rest of the world than we ever have been, you know, other than when we weren't living, when our grandparents or whoever, you know, immigrated here.
Yeah, just wait till 2026 when we're hosting the World Cup. You know, you got all these young kids seeing this, you know, go into the spectacles with their parents, and, you know, they're going to say, you know, I want to be a soccer player when I get older. And I think really after 2026, I know we're still a ways away from that. I think after 2026, soccer will really start skyrocketing here in the United States a lot better.
Yeah, I even told because Gavin's like, I want to play. I kind of like soccer, you know, and I'm like, you know what, you know, when I played, it was just, you know, I was stupid. It was a recreational, just playing soccer, or whatever, you know. If you played hockey when you were little, like to me, when you played hockey, like you were serious, like you really liked hockey. Like, because to go through that commitment, you have to, you know, there has to be some part of you that thinks there's maybe a chance you might do this for a while. But with soccer, it's just kind of like, sign him up for soccer, whatever, you know. But with Gavin saying, oh, you know, I like soccer, I'm like, hey, you know, if you wanted to try soccer, you know, years ago you might have said there's no future in soccer to a kid, but now you could say, you know, Gavin could hit the age, you know, when he's like 18, in 10 years. You know, that could be when, you know, all of a sudden MLS or whatever the hell are paying people more and you're actually making more money as a soccer player. I mean, it could be.
Yeah, there's also more scholarship money from colleges and get you into college for free.
Yeah, and I think there is an unbalance. Like, she does have a point in that. She was completely wrong with how she was wording it all. She just screwed up with what she said, I think. But she is right that there is still an unbalance in soccer. It's like one of the things that's still kind of unbalanced. And it's because it's less known and so, you know, it's not as popular and stuff like that. So it flies under the radar of, you know, trying to allow people that are really good at it to get in. Like, you would never allow, like, a kid who was insanely good at football. Like, the system would never allow for that kid not to make it. Like, even if they had to fake his grades, like, he just would make it. Even if he had to go right to the pros, like, he would get there. Basketball as well, you know, you don't even need to go to college. You know, baseball too, you know, even baseball, you know, you can kind of walk on to a farm league somewhere if you're that good and they hear about you just to try out, and you'll make it that way. Hell, you could try out.
League.
The Cranberry League. Yeah, you could just sign up. You could just try out. I could go down the Cranberry League anytime, try out, throw a 90-mile-an-hour pitch.
No, you ain't throwing no 90-mile-an-hour pitch.
No, like if I could throw 90, it would be like, wow, look at this guy.
You have to like break your arm, like fucking rookie of the year.
Yeah, you know, if you went down there and you had a nasty curveball and a 92-mile-an-hour fastball and like a good changeup, and you went down there and they sat there and watched you, because they'll do that and they'll watch you throw, you could just get picked up, and you just soccer is a whole different thing, I guess. I mean, but see, I don't know why. Are they not scouting anybody unless they really you have to pay money or they're not putting you on the team? That sounds stupid to me.
For the most part, you either have to be a sensational soccer player in college, or you got to go up through one of those systems like with the MLS teams, the academies that, like I said, are really, really expensive. So if you're not doing really, really well in college, or if they don't really recognize you through the academies, you either have to get really lucky and they just see you at a random tournament, or you have to go the other way.
Yeah, that's something to check, Joe. How many of the people on the team were part of the national development team when they were under whatever? Like, how many people would say, oh, they played for the national team when they're under this, under that, under that?
We're going to look it up. I'm going to look it up. We'll try to break it all down. Maybe we'll follow up with it later. It'd be interesting to look at the numbers. You know, something they really got to look at is wrestling. You know what I mean? It's like sometimes it's $1,000 to go to a wrestling school. You know what I mean? People can't figure that out. You know, wrestling is
because it's just not popular enough. They have to charge higher to stay afloat.
Wrestling is a weird thing, right? Because it's really run by whatever. If you go into a wrestling school and you're really good, like you show signs of promise right away, like they're like, ooh, this guy's got something, you know, maybe. Which is really hard for them usually to see that right away in somebody. But when they do see it, and when it happens, you know, if they say like, hey man, yeah, you should definitely sign up, you know, you maybe you say, listen, I want to sign up, but damn, $900 or $500, whatever the fee is, like I don't have that, so I'm just gonna be whatever. And they'll be like, well, $50 a week, $30 a week, whatever you can do. They'll get you in there, you know, with wrestling.
Yeah.
You know, in some places will cut your deal too. They'll be like, you know what, you're the best student. $300. Like they'll make their money off the kids who suck, who can't do it, you know, and then they'll give the guy a break who maybe can but doesn't have the money. Happens all the time.
Yeah, and I'm not sure how it works with the academies with soccer. Like I've never actually been a part of one. I know kids that have been in them before.
Yeah.
I'm sure that in some ways, like they're like, yeah, this kid's really good. We need him on our academy team so we can develop them for the pro stage. I'm sure that they would cut him some sort of deal. There's probably some sort of scholarship system included in that.
Yeah, I'll have to look it up. We'll have to do a research. I'll send it to Jake DeMarco. He'll find out everything. But I'm going to move on, man. Thank you for calling. That was damn good information. What are you doing now? Are you going to go do what you went to college for? Or?
Yeah, I'm a science teacher right now, high school science teacher. And then I also coach soccer and basketball.
That's awesome. Like, I love science, man. I loved my science teachers. That was a good time in science.
Yeah. It's a pretty awesome job.
Well, I was horrible at almost everything else, so I just like science. But, all right, man. Thanks for calling.
Yeah, for sure. Thanks, Joe.
All right, bye-bye. Science teacher, man. I had a really good-looking female science teacher in back in school who liked death metal. It was really weird. I love science. Except for the science when they got too much like mathematical, when they got way too into mathematics, then I was like, no, this is like math. And I know it is, but... Well, anyway, we got to play these donations, and then we got to... I got to get it moving on here. Show's going on.
Hell yeah! Ah, HH. He. Come to Papa.
Daddy, oh. Daddy 316, thank you for the 316, man. Appreciate that. Jesus. Daddy 05. That guy was probably a good athlete, man, to play that long. Leah, you alive over there?
Yeah, I don't know anything about soccer.
Party.
You could have played.
They got rid of personals. Govern escort crackdown.
What? Oh, they got rid of personals on Craigslist. Okay, yeah. Finn Balor forever. Thanks, man. Govern escort crackdown. Yeah. You're right. I remember that happening. I still like Craigslist, though. It's still a really good place. I found a lot of my sales jobs on Craigslist. I found the window job on Craigslist. I worked there for a while. That led me into the job that Troy got me, so it was pretty good. I closed some damn big deals at that place before their leads went to hell.
Wonder how long I've been muted.
Oh, you've been muted
Colombia
a while.
to round of 16. Si se puede. Germany didn't make round of 16 since 1938.
Damn.
I'm hoping for France versus Croatia in the finals.
Ugh.
Fuck Messi. He bailed on ill children waiting to meet him in Ducks interviews.
Really?
Good player. Shitty human being.
Oh, man. The Goon, thanks, man, for the 316. Yeah, Troy, it was like dead silent for a while. And I was sitting here like, this is weird. Like, Troy, hello? Like, Leah?
Shit bum.
I was like, keeps
Happy
talking over me.
birthday,
What a
Joe. Mexico beat Germany 1-0, then beat South Korea, lost to Sweden, but got in due to goals South Korea scored against Germany.
Wow. So Mexico just got really lucky. So then they're not really a like a happy story at all. They're just like a kind of like dumb luck fell into it. Abel
you
Salas
still have
Jr.
to be good enough to get a couple wins to
Yeah.
beat them in goal differentials by 1 goal.
Yeah. Well, Mexico. Well, it does say Mexico beat Germany 1-0. So yeah, Mexico did beat Germany. So no, they're legit. They legit eliminated Germany.
Super Chat Party.
Hey, Prayish.
2026 World Cup will happen in US, Canada, and Mexico. USA, Canada, Mexico will get automatic qualification to participate.
Wow, I didn't know that happens. You get automatic qualification? Shit.
Same thing in the Olympics. Home country gets like a bunch of athletes automatically.
Prayish Muhamdar, thank you very much for the 100. Hope I say your name right. I know you're in India, but that is crazy. That is crazy. Thank you, Prayish. That is that's gonna be fun, man.
Pour me a beer. You've got a new subscriber.
I hope I'm alive to see that because that's gonna be fun. Zachary Showalter, thank you for subbing to the channel. What's up? What are you gonna be doing, Troy? Well, that's only we're only 8 years away from that. 8 years.
I don't know. Maybe it'll be dead by then. Who knows? I don't plan ahead too much. Lots of meteors out there. You never know.
Give me a hell yeah!
Bitch, going to the Olympics is ridiculously expensive. International players get full scholarships to go to college in hopes he gets bought by a football club.
Okay, yeah, so internationally they get scholarships. So it works just like American sports. So, I mean, maybe she's got a good point then, because it's like so off the grid that it doesn't have the same system as basketball and football and stuff like that.
I think it probably does. I bet there's basketball camps and fucking...
There are.
Super Chat.
But they're $500.
It's easier to play football, basketball, baseball in this country due to scholarships and development, though. Travel scoser, though, is way more for elite.
Yeah, Finn Balor forever. Thanks for the $5.
I guess that's something, yeah, they're way more common. Obviously, soccer's still not quite as popular here. But also, I realize the Olympic connection. Baseball's not an Olympic sport anymore.
Yeah.
Obviously, football's not. Basketball, it's not that big. Let's face it, it's just going to be whoever the fuck the NBA superstars are.
The point is there's no money in it, so you have to pay for it. That's why it's so expensive, because there's no money for it.
Like, it's the least of the pro sports.
Shit bum!
You need a coaching license to certify that you'll be molesting the kids the right way.
Oh my God. Brett the shit man.
I think the bottom line is be rich if you can't be rich. Even if you're not rich, fuck it, just don't play soccer.
Yeah, don't play soccer, yeah. Or move to a different country and be nasty.
Yeah, there you go.
It's true, it's just not set up for it. That's what there's no money in it here, so you have to pay for it. That's the answer.
You picked the wrong thing. That's like complaining like, why aren't there enough sitar references? Little Jeffrey has decided to play the sitar and they don't have lessons in middle school. Like, lady, you picked the wrong country for your kid to play sitar. I'm sorry.
Salvador. Listen to Salvador Reyes. Thank you for the sub. Yeah, it's just like saying like, I'm gonna complain because there's not enough fat women in this movie or something, like, or there's not enough like midget white people in this movie, or there's not enough. Said nobody ever.
Not watching Tiptoes.
There's not enough. I don't know. Like, it's just stupid shit. Like you picked like curling as your sport you wanted to do, and you're mad that the high school doesn't have a curling team. It's like,
I've been meaning to join a curling club. We got a few around here.
I want a human curling club.
You have to throw a small person that's curled up in the fetal position.
Yeah. Like you
throw them into each other.
You hog tie them, yeah. And it's a giant, too. It's like a jumbo curling thing. It's like it's extra big. Everything is scaled to the size of the midget. Imagine.
Midget curler.
You just throw them away like, pew! And if they have to wear helmets, of course, you know.
Of course, yeah. You don't want a fucking serious injury.
You don't want a midget concussion.
You just put them in little suits. Are they in like Zorb balls?
Nope. Yeah, put them in glowing suits. I don't know if you know about this, Troy, but a little while back, this guy was kicked off a plane, or there was like they had to land the plane because some guy smelled. This guy just died because he had necrosis.
Oh.
So like the reason he smelled, everybody was like fighting about him being on the plane, and like they had to land the plane, emergency landing, and
he was literally dying.
Yeah, he was dying. Yeah. So, and by the way, earlier, like, everybody was causing an uproar about, like, see, the American healthcare system sucks and everything, and everybody was freaking out. Russian musician Andrew, so he's from Russia. So, it's not the American one.
Well, that happens all the time in America. It just doesn't make the news because nobody cares about the homeless.
You just go, well, what happens is the doctors say, are you going to die? Like, no, I just got some necrosis here, but I need to have the skin removed so that I don't, like, fucking, it doesn't spread and I don't die. You know, so then you have to, like, prove that to get approved for whatever. And because
they're like, all right, yeah, insurance takes 3 weeks to come through, and they call you up and they're like, oh no, the funeral was last week. Thanks for the call.
Yeah.
Yeah, either that or you have the choice between death or bankruptcy.
My friend,
practically the same thing.
Basically.
My friend that I went to school with, she died. Remember Katrina died, like, and
she got medical help, but
she just didn't go or something.
She got shitty medical help.
Dude,
I think is what it was. I think they misdiagnosed her, if I remember correctly. Like they thought she had like a cold or some shit, but she actually had fucking pneumonia.
Yeah, it's really sad, dude. I was like, I grew up with this girl a little bit, like, for a while, and she, like, you know, kind of turned herself around a little bit at some point, and was and she on Facebook sometimes she would, like, say hi and stuff like that, like, hey, how's your kids and stuff like that. That's like, that's so weird, blah blah. Do you, like, talk to Crystal? Like, and we would talk about when we talked to friends, like, once in a while she'd message me something just like, or like writing one of the kids' photos or something like that. And all of a sudden I was scrolling through my Facebook one day, and it was like, oh, funeral for whatever, and I was like, what the fuck? Like, that was my first friend that died.
Did
you know
they do
what I mean?
a funeral here? I thought they brought her back to Ireland.
Yeah, she was. It says from Pawtucket, Rhode Island, even though she really lived
Well,
here.
I saw her mother's post, and I remember seeing that her mother said they were bringing her back to Ireland to bury her there or something.
Oh, okay, probably. She's from County Cork, so.
Yeah, that's where my family's from.
It says County Cork, so.
That's where, like, a lot of people are from.
You could be related to her. You could be related to her, Leah.
It is the Irish. Who knows?
Jesus. Yeah,
Welcome to Obituaries with Joe and Leah.
She'd beat you up, man, back in the day. She'd punch
Me?
a guy. No, not you, but I mean, she just beat somebody up. She beat the shit out of guys, man. She punched a guy in the throat once.
What?
It's pretty wild, dude. She was crazy. She, I don't know, man. It's weird. So I can't even believe she's dead. That's the thing. Like, I didn't even believe it then. Like, it didn't seem weird. When I know lots of people like some of Leah, your friend, who has like 70 friends that are dead. But it's like, this is my only.
Oh my god, yeah, she's like the Grim Reaper. I don't want to be friends with her anymore.
This is my.
Then again, it's. I think.
Well, but
like,
you're not on drugs like all her friends.
I was gonna
are.
say, out of all of them, only one of them has died from something non-drug related.
Yeah.
Every other one is drugs.
You remember I had one other friend who died who was not a friend, but I mean, you know, somebody I grew up with. He had like cancer or something. Remember that? And like,
yeah, I remember that he like it was somebody that made a post that they were like, I've got like 3 months to live or something like that.
Yeah, all right, good one, buddy.
Oh,
See you at Christmas. Ooh,
I can't. I wish I could.
That.
Oh my god, I wish I could remember who it was though. It's one of those kids, you know, ones you see all the time. He would always say hi, like, "Hey, what's up, Cronin?" I'd be like, "Hey, man, what's up?" And then like we don't really hang out ever, but like I always saw him all the time for like 7 years when we were in school. But I don't remember now who it was, and it's driving me nuts. Like I feel bad. I don't remember who it was, but I talked to him. Like we were talking on Facebook. Like, are you, you know, I hope you're all right. Like, it's like, I mean, not, but you know, it's gonna call me if you want, you know, whatever. But I guess he was on like drugs. Did what happened to him was drugs. He got the cancer from drugs. Apparently, I don't know if they can really prove that, but he was on loads of drugs. Anyway, I'm gonna go kill myself now. No, I'm just kidding. 339-226-6610. If you want to call real quick, we might get a couple more seconds in here. But now Milo Yiannopoulos in trouble for something. Someone just sent me this. Milo Yiannopoulos has responded to claims linking comments he gave to reporters days ago in the shooting at a newspaper. Yiannopoulos criticized liberal journalists in Facebook posts who said would try to score political points against him by noting that he had called for vigilante death squads to kill journalists days before the incident. Did he do that? They're all doing this now. Maxine Waters on the left. If Yiannopoulos really said that, then he's doing it. Did he say that though? I don't know. Find me the clip of him and we'll talk about it. But I don't believe anything until I see the actual thing in the right context, I guess. Like, I didn't believe the Hope Solo thing, and that's why I clicked the video, because it was like highlight, you take it out of context. I think she just kind of she didn't quite get to the point the right way. She generalized all kids soccer players, and then she went into what she really meant. So I think she really said two different things, and depending on who the reporter is, could spin that into completely different stories. 708, what's up?
Nothing. Have you reading the chat, Joe?
No, why? Well, I mean, a little bit here.
Vikings fan is talking about he's a legend. He's like the biggest waste of space I ever seen. What legend is he? Legend of the retards? He's the biggest piece of shit imaginable. But I have some good news. I wiped my ass with Tommy's corpse, his barber.
Oh my
you
God!
Fucked it up.
Fucked it up.
You failed.
That guy has never messed up once until now. But you know what? We did used to say Tommy's corpse, so
It threw him off.
Yeah, it did.
You
It
done
messed
messed
it up.
AA, Ron.
You know what? He should have came back with one more just to like fix it. You know what I mean? Like one more thing. Like, hey, I gave myself a haircut today and I'm still alive or something like that. 513, what's up?
What's up, guys? Man, it's funny. I get off at midnight. I listen to you guys' show like almost every night.
Wow, damn, that's sick. Thanks.
Did you guys know? Not today, but yesterday was the 20th anniversary of the Mankind Undertaker match.
Yeah, dude, I've seen it. The one thing about anniversaries now is I always know now, because the minute that it's that day, like, I see all the memes, I see all the GIFs and the video replays and everything, and yeah, Mankind going off the top of the cell. I was tweeting him about it today, but yeah, man, it's pretty crazy.
Man, the funniest thing about it was that was the very first wrestling match I'd ever seen.
Wow.
Like, I was over at a cookout. I remember this. I was like 15. I was at a cookout and I saw like some people watching something out of the corner of my eye, and like they all freaked out at the same time, and I'm like, "What the hell are you guys watching?" And literally, I was hooked on pro wrestling since then. It's just crazy.
I got to tell you, that night that happened, a lot of kids that I knew were watching WCW and hadn't watched a lot of WWE. And on top of that, I said this out loud. Now keep in mind, I've been watching wrestling at that point since 1988, or 1988 or 1989, and now it's 1998, I think. And Mankind goes off the cell, and I said this out loud, to my friends that were over, and I said, dude, this is insane. I can never miss another episode of this show, because I don't know what's going to happen next. And I said, you know how many people, like, this is like JFK getting shot live on TV. Like, people saw that and they were like, oh my God, I'm never turning off the news.
It's the JFK of wrestling.
Yeah, like, it was like, exactly. Like, it was like, dude, like, I'm watching this show every time. Like, you don't know what the fuck. And then unfortunately, like, Owen Hart dying, that was terrible. And like all these other things that happened. And just between all that type of drama, like, people just were like, fucking, I'm never not watching this. And it did. It took most people about 3 to 5 more years to start tuning out a little bit. And then recently a lot of people left. But I mean, at that point, anything could happen, and it seemed insane. And dude, he put his life on the line. Dude, what he does was an art. I know that Jim Ross, you say, oh, he knows how to fall. Well, he did know how to fall, but it still hurt him.
Yeah.
But it's like he knew how to not die somehow. but fall and get hurt. Like, that's what he did. And that is so art. Like, when he jumps off that thing and turns his body the right way, hits the table the right way for it to break and absorb half the fall. Like, I mean, that dude fucking nailed that shot. We showed that video of that guy missing the elbow. How do you miss an elbow looking straight down on the guy? And, you know, that guy missed and hit the concrete and busted his elbow. That shows you. That's the type of art we're talking about. The precision of Mankind. To be running off of a grated steel cage. Like, you could trip on that. Your foot could plant inside that hole of the cage. You could have tripped off the side. You could have slipped slightly. Anything. And for him to run straight.
Yeah, anything could have gone wrong.
And The Undertaker held on to him. When he threw him, too, he kind of really threw him. He didn't, like, half throw him, like, let him go. It was weird how The Undertaker held on to him. And for him to be able to take himself and throw himself and then turn and then crash on it, it's just crazy, dude. That stuff was... See, that was way more impressive to me even than, like, the Rumble. Remember the Rumble where The Rock beat the shit out of him? That was kind of like...
Oh, my God.
That was brutal. Like, that wasn't... Like, some of it was art, but a lot of it was... Like, it just was unnecessary. Like, that he got just brutalized. It was one of the worst things in WWE that we'd seen, and his fucking kids were there watching it. It was the weirdest thing, too, that his kids were there.
Yeah, that was... Honestly, I didn't know shit about wrestling up until that point, and, like, I had to go back and, you know, find friends that had tapes or, you know, whatever to, you know, watch, you know, everything leading up to the Mankind Undertaker shit.
Yeah.
But, like, yeah, I just remember being at my friend's place. Like, they were watching it religiously. They knew what was going on, seeing that, and, you know, I'm like 15, 14 years old. I think I'm around the same age as you guys, but like, yeah, it's just fucking like nuts to be like a teenager and see all that shit. Then of course, like monkey see, monkey do. You want to go out there and do, you know, the backyard shit. Like me and my friends did all that. You know,
everybody
shit,
did. Like, it's just everyone was doing that, man. Everyone was doing it. It's amazing more people didn't get hurt. It really is. Like, people somehow didn't.
Oh my God, dude! Like, I got a concussion from getting hit with a title belt. I got a concussion from getting hit with one of those fucking like replica belts, just like the little plastic ones. Like,
oh God!
We were fucking around. I was wearing a mask. I was supposed to like jump off the fence and then, you know, clothesline him, and he hit me with the belt. I was out, and it's on camera somewhere. He got the tape somewhere, but like, yeah, I was just out. I woke up in the Kroger in like a grocery store parking lot with like ice on my forehead. I'm just like, what the fuck happened? Like,
dude, I have got every tape, every picture still, and all kinds of stuff. And I don't know why that video started playing, but it just freaked me out. Yeah, but you know what, dude? It's amazing people didn't get hurt more, but it was even crazier for me because I'm telling you, man, like, I was watching this stuff when it was cartoony, you know, and I mean, maybe it was because I was a kid, but I mean, even watching the cartoon stuff is more entertaining as an adult. Like, and I mean, maybe it is nostalgia, but like Macho Man and Hogan were way more entertaining than, you know, Roman Reigns and, you know, Brock Lesnar, as far as I'm concerned.
Oh my God.
Now,
yeah, I missed out on all that shit. I feel like an asshole because, like, I've never seen, like, some of the classic. Like, I've watched up until, like, 98 on, but, like, I haven't seen any shit from, like, the 80s or, like, early 90s. Like, I feel like an idiot for that, but...
Well, I
like,
mean,
every once in a while, I'll go on the network and watch, like Shawn Michaels versus Stone Cold, you know, something like that from, like, 97, 96. But...
Watch, like, I always recommend, like, if, like, you know, WrestleMania 1 is tough. You know, just watch, like, the main event or something to get the vibe of it. And then, like, WrestleMania, you know, I'd say definitely watch, like, WrestleMania, like, the Macho Man winning the title WrestleMania 4. Watch WrestleMania 5's main event between Macho and Hogan. It's not a great match, but there's some good undercard matches, though, there. And, of course, Steamboat versus Macho Man at WrestleMania 3.
Yeah, that's the big one I hear about, the Intercontinental title one.
Yeah, that was really a good one. And then... like, really, WrestleMania 8, dude, like, watch WrestleMania 8. Like, if you haven't seen it, I'm telling you, like, that is the gold gem. Dude, WrestleMania 8, not only does it open with Shawn Michaels versus Tito Santana, pretty fun match, but then you get Roddy Piper versus Bret Hart is awesome. Like, it's, like, Bret Hart gets busted open, and it's nuts. And then Ric Flair versus the Macho Man, and that's the one where Ric Flair, like, has been threatening all day throughout the show that he's got a big naked photo of he took a photo of the Macho Man's wife, and he's gonna put the picture up for everybody to see her naked body, and it's wicked funny. Like, it's like throughout the whole show he's like, and we got the photos, Big Daddy, of your old lady, and we're gonna put it up for everybody to see. Woo! Like, it's like wicked. Like, Mr. Perfect is like a scumbag, like the Ric Flair's bodyguard at the time or whatever. And he's just a wicked asshole. Like, you want to see Mr. Perfect get his ass kicked so bad. And the match just is so intense. I'm telling you. Like, just the fucking what they do between it. And then the main event is Hogan in like this sort of like, is he going to retire situation. And it has a match with Sid Justice. So good build, good opening to the match. Then the match gets really boring. But then it ends crazy with like the Ultimate Warrior returning to help him in a stupid way. So even though that WrestleMania, like, I don't know why WWE craps on that WrestleMania on their DVD thing, on their best of, but that WrestleMania I thought was great because it kind of had something for everybody. Had a couple really good wrestling matches, had the really intense feud one with Macho Man and the WWE title on the line, and then it had the stupid, the little kid hero match with Hulk Hogan. So it had really everything.
Are you telling me the WWF's been milking Hogan might retire since WrestleMania 8?
Yep. Yeah, dude.
I'm pretty sure he's on the cover of my like WrestleMania 28 video game or whatever it is.
No. When I was 8 years old, WrestleMania 8, prior to WrestleMania, Vince McMahon sat down with Hogan and he was like, "Is this the end for Hulkamania?" And Hogan was like, "Hey, Vince, I can't tell you that." But what it was is, Hogan was going to be a movie star. So, like, they were basically...
Well, so they thought.
Well, I know, but they were... Well, and he was on the set of...
Well, no, he was in movies.
Yeah, well, whatever. He was making money.
Yeah.
That's true.
Hogan was very...
He was out there... Hogan was a trailblazer, quote unquote.
Right.
But,
well, Hogan was very similar to John Cena. I think, like, how John Cena, like, he's in some movies, whatever. But it's not The Rock, though. Like, Hogan was not The Rock. He was a terrible actor, but he was serviceable in the roles he was in, like Suburban Commando.
It's funny because, like, even before 1998, the Mankind, that match, like, I knew who Hogan was, but I didn't know a lot of wrestlers. I'd hear a lot about Goldberg, I think, maybe.
Yeah, see,
I don't remember when he was real big, but then back in that day, we were poor, we didn't have cable, so like I just had regular TV, and like my friends got me hip to ECW just because it was on like fuzzy on one of those like one of the channels, and I'm just like, I was like the only kid in school watching ECW. Everybody else was watching WWF around that time. I'm just like, I'm poor. I can't fucking afford cable. Like, whatever.
Dude, I'm telling you that, like, a lot of my friends, like, I'm telling you, at one point in school, I could walk around and ask people, hey, like, because when I grew up, 4 years old, or 5 years old, 6 years old, 7 years old, all the way until I was 10 years old, and a little bit of Shawn Michaels, too. I love Shawn Michaels, but Hogan, dude, was a rock star to me. I wanted to be Hogan. I wanted to meet him. I wanted to see him wrestle. I just loved this guy, dude. Like, I was a kid, he's like the kids with John Cena now. I was all Hulkamania. And I did like Shawn Michaels, and I liked it all eventually. But the thing is, you got to understand, like, when Hogan turned heel, it was like, and I didn't know about it really until my friend told me, because all the kids were starting to watch WCW. And
when was that, when he turned heel? When was that?
93, 94, not about 94, 95.
Okay.
I think. Oh, maybe it was, it was 95 or 90. Shit, I don't know. It was Bash at the Beach. It was maybe 90. Maybe it was 96. Could have been 96. Yeah, because WrestleMania 13. Yeah, it was probably not. It was 96. Yep, it was 96. Yeah, because 93 was still King of the Ring in WWE. And he had a couple of years run in WCW as a face. It was 96. So when that happened, it was like, I was already kind of getting out of the whole Hulkamania thing. I was 14 or whatever. So it was like perfect timing for me. Right as... Oh, I was 12 years old, actually, or 13. I was 13 years old. So right as I was just done with Hogan. I'm 13 years old. I'm not really... I kind of like Shawn Michaels and Bret Hart and all that stuff. and I really wasn't into the whole gimmick as much. I did like Hogan, but to see him go bad guy was nuts. It was just nuts. Like, you hear about like all these golden eras of things. Even though wrestling sucks now, I'm convinced I did. I grew up at the greatest time of wrestling ever. Like I grew up at the right, and I watched it, and I watched it because I started watching at WrestleMania 5. So I am lucky enough to have watched wrestling without missing a beat, pretty much. Because
you're what, 30, 34, 35, somewhere around there?
34 today, yeah.
Yeah, man. Oh, yeah. Happy late birthday. Yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah,
yesterday.
baby. Oh, it's still my birthday. No, it's not anymore.
Yeah, because I'm 34. I'll be 35 in a month or so. But, like, yeah, it's like, coming up during that time, it's like, everybody was into it. It was the thing everybody was talking about, Monday morning, or Tuesday morning at school, and everything. Even you had friends that watch ECW, or you had friends that watch WCW, friends that watch WWF, and you talk to people, oh man, he watches this, oh fuck him, you know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
But,
we had like groups in school, like gangs in school, like stables and stuff in school and stuff. It was crazy. Everybody wanted to be part of like the gang warfare mentality of the wrestling world. It was crazy. People had like we had like people creating their own like jobber squads in school, and it was weird, man. Everybody, it went from literally I'd be like, I watch WWF, I like Shawn Michaels, and then someone would be like, what are you talking about? Like, what is that? Like, like you're a loser, or like, yeah, isn't that the guy who wears mirrors all over himself? Like, and people like they didn't even know who he was. Like, that's the thing, is they didn't even know. And then all of a sudden, to be it being the coolest thing ever, I kind of resented it in a way. I was kind of like mad. I was like, oh, now you guys all like wrestling? I've been watching this shit since I was 5. Like, but I was just
telling teachers to suck it.
Yeah, they all accepted it too. It was like what are they gonna do? But I mean, imagine nowadays the kids running around being like, suck it. They wouldn't know what to do.
No, nowadays they're going around saying, I'm the big dog.
But you know what? I went through that era too. We went through that era. In '95, it was bad. Like, it was like the business was bad. Like at WWE, things were going bad.
Man, I'll tell you something. It's like hard to go back and watch anything pre-Attitude Era.
Yeah.
It is like so hard for me to sit there and watch it because I'm just like, I don't know any of these guys. Like, I mean, I know a few of them, but it's like I don't know any of these guys. Like the pacing of the matches are just so slow.
Yes.
There's like, they got, crazy shit like gobbledygooker, just goofy shit back then.
Yeah,
but it's like,
bad.
since I started watching in the Attitude Era, it's just like, I feel like we're all just like spoiled by that now, and it's just like we know we're never going to get it again. It's like the closest we got is NXT, but it's like we're never going to get that again. And it's like they really did capture buying a bottle back then, or thunder and whatever the fucking saying is. But
yeah, it's
God
hard.
Damn it, I'm fucking Tommy now.
It's hard to top that. So what are you going to do when you do? How do you can't top that? They top themselves, so it's like you're just screwed. But no, so back then, like there was more emotion, and a lot of us were kids. A lot of people were kids. It was really building that audience of kids back in the Hulk Hogan times and stuff like that. You had to really search hard for a good match. But like I said, WrestleMania 8. If you do what I said, you put on you have the WWE Network, right?
Yeah, I got it.
So if you put on WrestleMania 8 and you just watch the first match, Shawn Michaels, Tito Santana. A little match. Watch that. You get a vibe of it. And then make sure you watch Roddy Piper versus Bret Hart and their pre-interview before the match. Their interview before the match. And then make sure you watch every interview throughout the night that happens with Ric Flair and Mr. Perfect. And as long as you watch those 2 or 3 matches, like you should enjoy that. Like that's pretty good. The Macho Man
I will put.
Yeah, watch Macho Man versus Ric Flair. And watch Bret Hart versus Roddy Piper. And by the way,
headed to the gym right now. I will put it on when I get to the gym.
Let me tell you this. Listen to the commentary, too. The commentary is amazing. At one point in the match, like, Gorilla Monsoon is like, he's like, well, what would you do, Brain, to beat the Hitman? What would you do? Like, and then Bobby the Brain Heenan is like, he's like, oh, I wouldn't even be out there. I would have had somebody waffle him in the back with a tire iron. It's like wicked funny. It's really funny, dude. He's like, I wouldn't even been in there. I would have had someone just, I would have paid off one of these idiots out here to waffle him out back with a tire iron. He's like, oh, give me a break. And he's just like, what? It's just the stuff he says during the commentary is amazing. Like I'm telling you, the commentary alone is amazing. WrestleMania 8. Watch at least those 2 matches. And I could see you not being able to get into it because of everything that's going on, and it's comparable in a way nowadays. The only difference is though, so like if you didn't grow up watching any of that stuff back then, you might actually enjoy nowadays on the main roster more because you at least sort of see like Seth Rollins have a match. But I mean, Razor Ramon versus Shawn Michaels at WrestleMania 10 is really good, and that's WrestleMania.
The ladder
10.
match.
Yeah, that ladder match is good.
I haven't seen that either. I suck.
WrestleMania 10. When I was a kid, I was like, "Wow, I've never seen anything like this. This is crazy." I didn't watch WCW. So I didn't watch NWA. I didn't have any of that stuff really. I finally got tapes of it at some point, but I didn't see Dusty Rhodes versus Ric Flair. I didn't know any of that happened. So to me, Shawn Michaels and Razor in this ladder match was just unbelievable. And for any of those guys to have good matches like that at a cartoony period with the way WWE makes you wrestle at that time, it's pretty impressive to be able to have good matches like that. Just like Steamboat and Macho Man,
Yeah, it's funny because like my son's kind of like showing some interest in wrestling now, and like whenever I just like have the network on, I usually have on stuff from like the 01 to like 04 period where like they had just started splitting up the brands, and like Kurt Angle, Eddie Guerrero, like they were having some of the best fucking matches of their life. Like Rob Van Dam's probably like one of my favorites of all time.
Yeah.
Like if not my favorite of all time.
Especially in ECW. Like he was good in WWE, but dude,
oh my God,
his ECW stuff, the way that ring sounded when he would smash around, like he just seemed like it was awesome. He's Shawn. He was when I saw him in ECW, I said, "Wow, this is like the new Shawn Michaels. Like this is the next thing to Shawn Michaels that there is." I like him and Jerry Lynn had great matches.
I was at one of the pay-per-views where they had Kurt Angle. It was a triple threat between Kurt Angle, Rob Van Dam, and Stone Cold Steve Austin. My God, that was a fucking match. Like I was just in heaven in that, like watching that match. And it was like during the heel. You guys were talking about the invasion period the other day, and I cannot remember what pay-per-view it was. Like I'm drawing a blank right now, but there was a pay-per-view where it was Kurt Angle. The main event was Kurt Angle, Stone Cold. Kurt Angle, Stone Cold had the title, and he retained. But man, they put on a fucking match. Like it was just
yeah,
you just had to be there.
Was that when like me and Jake were funny enough? We're talking about that the other day when Steve Austin was like sort of supposed to be the heel, but like it was weird. It was around that time.
I actually liked that period of time. A lot of people diss the invasion angle, but I really liked it. I mean, you got to see a different side of Stone Cold. You had the ECW guys. I think that's kind of where I got giddy at, because the ECW guys just kind of started coming in, even though they like fucking pissed on Tommy Dreamer. But I don't know. I really like that period of wrestling right there.
I was just talking to Tommy Dreamer about that the other day. That was so weird. Like I was like, what? Like I feel like they could have done so much more with him. Like, like they did with Raven. They did a little bit with Raven. I felt like they did more with him. And I just wish they did more. But I mean, luckily, Tommy ended up being the one that's more in good favor with the company now. So it's kind of weird how that worked. I was saying, Raven's kind of like excommunicated almost, and they'll call him up anytime and they'll get advice from him. They'll do little stuff with his House of Hardcore, and
nice. I
love what he does over there. So yeah, I mean, we'll see what happens.
But it's just at that time when you're that age watching it. You're just like, I grew up watching the middle ground of ECW towards the end of it. And it's just like seeing them come to WWF and just getting shitted on. It's just like, oh my God, what the fuck are you guys doing?
It is. It's like it's like NXT.
You're like 20, so you don't understand that shit. Yeah,
it's like NXT now. It's like watching those guys come up and just get crapped on.
Don't get me started on that. We'll be talking for another 30 minutes.
Yeah, well, I never talk about wrestling on this show, but you got me going, so look at what you did. You brought the wrestling talk out of me, you fucker. Like,
yeah, man. I will definitely check out WrestleMania 8. I'm headed to the gym to get my fat ass on the treadmill. So
I mean, I know that's a period that you don't really watch, but I'm just saying, like, if you haven't seen that, you like probably, I would think you might like the Ric Flair match for the title, and again the Bret Hart and Roddy Piper thing, like, because you don't really need to see the story too much to get what's going on. They did such a good job telling it there, but Ric Flair saying that he's going to show the naked photo of Macho Man's wife, like, it's just like, it's so funny. Like, I can't even believe they did it. Like, at the time, like, for that time, it's pretty amazing they were able to do that.
Oh, they actually showed it?
No, he was just threatening that he was going to do it.
Oh, okay.
Oh my God. He's got this big poster, like, with a black tarp over it, and he's like, and behind here is our old lady. We got your old lady. We're going to put her up for everybody to see. Like, it's the goofiest thing, like this. Ric Flair's in, like, rare form. Ric Flair blades, of course, so he's got just fucking bleeding everywhere on the end of the match. Like, just it's amazing. I mean, I love that wrestling. That's I would say, like, 'cause seriously, like, if you watch all the other WrestleManias, like 1 through 8, I mean, I can't really find other matches that live up to those matches other than maybe, like, the Rockers or something in a match, or, like, Shawn Michaels versus I don't know. I don't think there's any other ones. I mean, Shawn Michaels at the time was kicking off the WrestleManias for a few years with the IC belt. Like, Tatanka had a pretty good match with Tatanka in WrestleMania 9. But every match at WrestleMania 9 ended in some kind of fuckery. It's like Shawn Michaels got, like, disqualified or something in WrestleMania 9, and then fucking, I think Doink the Clown, like, came out. There was 2 Doinks attacked Crush, and then he got the victory.
Wow.
And then The Undertaker technically won, but he got chloroformed by the so The Undertaker won, but he got chloroformed by whatever that guy was with the beast outfit. I forget his name now.
Probably 7 Doink the Clowns.
Money Inc. kept their tag team titles because Hogan got the Hulkamaniacs disqualified in the tag match. And then later on in the night, Yokozuna wins and defeats Bret Hart because Mr. Fuji throws salt in the eyes of Bret Hart. And then Hogan comes out, and then Yokozuna challenges him right there to the title match for some reason. And then Hogan accepts and then wins the title. Like, that's the fucking weirdest WrestleMania. Like, it's fucking whacked out, dude. Like, every match is fucked up the ass. Like, I mean, like, every match is fucked. Like, that was like, I call WrestleMania 9 the Vince McMahon special. And not only that, they're at Caesar's Palace. So they're in that place that only holds, like, fucking 8,000 people or whatever it is outside, and it's just the weirdest goddamn thing ever. Like, I'm fucking The Undertaker gets chloroformed.
What? Yeah, that sounds insane. I wish the crowds were like they are today. Like if you had the crowds like they are today back then, like I couldn't even imagine. Like, people have just been freaking out, like, what the fuck is going on?
Well,
like,
no, you wouldn't.
know what I mean?
See, that's the thing you don't understand is, like, WrestleMania, like, during WWE in 1993 and 5 and stuff, the crowd was just quiet. Like, they were starting to get quiet, like, and they were starting to not come. And finally, you would hear little smatterings of, like, ECW, and stuff like that, where people kind of trolling the wrestlers. It was starting to happen then. It happened then, just kind of like how it does now, but not even close to as bad. But, like, I mean, it was getting quiet is what was happening. So it was even worse. That's probably why and because everything relied on ratings at the time, they did something about it. But now everything doesn't rely on ratings. They couldn't give a shit. They just got signed for having bad ratings. So they just got signed for having bad ratings. Saudi Arabia gave them $200 million just to come over there. They're making money on this Australia thing. Meanwhile, their house shows in America are down. Their ratings on the TV are way down. Ticket sales on house shows are way down. So it's like they are constantly being rewarded for failure. But back in the day, when they started having problems, they had to adjust to it right away. It took them. It wasn't even right away, but they could have gone out of business. Anyway, we got to get out of here. Thanks for the call, man. I enjoyed talking wrestling at the end with you. I didn't expect to, but it was fun.
Yeah, man, absolutely. I'll tune in for Monetize This tomorrow. Absolutely, I will be there. I'll throw some money your way for points, brother, for your birthday.
Thanks, man. That's awesome, dude. Thank you for thanks for that. People were like, Joe would have hung up on anybody that talked about wrestling, but I didn't hang up on him. All right, I'll see you tomorrow.
All right, thanks
Bye-bye.
for the call, man.
We just killed Troy for like 30 minutes. That went on way too long, but I was very interested for some weird reason in that.
It's all right. I'm just reading about WrestleMania 9.
Oh, God. I'm telling you, man. Like, every finish. Like, I mean, one day I sat here and I went, you know what? Every goddamn finish was fucked.
Well, I was just thinking because some of my favorite memories are with Doink the Clown. Because having one clown as a wrestler is ridiculous enough. But sure enough, I'm reading on Wikipedia here. Yada, yada, yada. Doink hit the referee and knocked him unconscious. As a result of this staged ref bump, a second Doink the Clown was able to interfere.
Oh, my God.
Hold on. He hit Crush with a prosthetic arm, which enabled the first Doink to win by pinfall when the referee regained consciousness. I remember, and they kept playing that up. I'm pretty sure there's a Survivor Series where a team is just 4 Doink the Clowns. Or did I just set that up in the video game?
No, but I totally forgot something, Troy. I also left this out. Lex Luger defeated Mr. Perfect because Lex Luger apparently had a metal plate in his elbow that he had. And he exposed the elbow that he wasn't supposed to and pulled the pad off and then hit Mr. Perfect and knocked him unconscious and defeated him. So like, seriously, like, what the fuck?
That's true. It says here, Luger continued to attack Perfect after the match and hit him with his forearm, which contains a steel plate as the result of a legitimate motorcycle accident. And it was even after the match.
All right. I think
when Perfect got up, chased Luger backstage, but was attacked by Shawn Michaels.
Yeah, and then they had a backstage fight, and Shawn Michaels was there. That's right. That's what they went in their program. But the only legitimate match, I'm trying to think of anything. Okay, well, here's the other one is Razor Ramon beat Bob Backlund in 3 minutes. Like, just a weird match. I think the Steiner brothers versus the Head Shrinkers was a clean victory, too. By the way, Tito Santana defeated Papa Shango, but didn't make it on the show. That was like a dark match before or something like that.
Yep.
Which is weird because I'd love to see it. I heard that it was on video somewhere, but I've never seen it. But yeah, dude, I'm telling you, like,
gotta go find it on LimeWire.
Count out Tatanka versus Shawn Michaels. Count out, like, weird thing with Sherry and Luna getting in a fight and she attacked her in the back. Count out. Doink the Clown beats fucking Crush with a second Doink shows up with the prosthetic arm. Razor Ramon 3 minutes with the former champion Bob Backlund for some reason. Money Inc. and Hogan disqualification. Lex Luger defeats Mr. Perfect, hits him in the head with a steel plate thing. Undertaker versus Giant Gonzalez, disqualification for chloroforming. Yokozuna wins by throwing salt in the eyes of Bret Hart. Then Hogan gets challenged. Hogan beats him in 22 seconds. What a fucking WrestleMania. Oh my God, it's a weird one, dude. We gotta get out of here. Oh wait, are you doing anything, Troy? You want to play anything?
Yeah, sure. I can just shoot some people.
Everybody heard that, right? Send that to your local police department. Troy said. No, I'm just kidding. All right.
I could, not that I would.
Well, nowadays, that's a thing.
Yeah, I know. I didn't get a job because of that.
Really?
Well, close enough.
Would you say something on Facebook and they looked at your Facebook?
No, nothing like that.
No.
Those damn online personality tests.
Oh, yeah. I failed the Best Buy one like 6 times.
Yeah, me too.
Really?
I failed this one 3 times for the same job.
I really thought that you would pass that for some reason. Because, like, well, you know what? No, I don't think you would. Because I went into Best Buy to get my phone today, or the other day, and it was so weird, dude. All the guys working there were the same, like, beta male. Like, I apologize to anybody listening if you work at Best Buy and you're not like this. But everyone I saw at the Best Buy was some kind of weird beta male that might have been gay and was like a smarty type of person. and they had no personality really.
I think that's what the personality test does. If you have a personality, you get singled out. My
Yes.
problem are questions that I overthink. Like there's a question that's, it's the classic agree, disagree, strongly disagree, or whatever.
Yeah.
I know how to manipulate people. Like, well, I mean, yeah. I also know how to kill people. You can stab them, you can shoot them, you can put them underwater. Just because I know how doesn't mean I'm gonna do it.
Or you're an expert at it.
That's a weird question to ask. I guess I agree. Like, I don't know. I don't know.
Somewhat agree.
And then they're like, "Do you like mornings? Do you like afternoons?" And I think if you say yes to both, that's bad. You're like, I guess I'm supposed to hate 12 hours a day. I don't know.
Yeah, dude. I fucking hate those things, and I failed every time. And I told the guy working there, I go, I think there's something to it. And I'm like, I think I'm about to insult this guy. I go, yeah, it's just I notice a very calm demeanor of everybody's very similar in a way, I notice it going around here,
They're unlikely to rebel.
Yeah, everyone was like that at Best Buy. But back in the day, it wasn't like that. Even like back in the day, like 2000, I want to say like 2002 and 3, I remember going in there, just regular people be like, hey, need help with anything? But now they're like all weird, like snarky.
Oh yeah, now it's super corporate-y and conservative because they're so poor as a company.
Hey, how are you? Can I help you today? And I'm like, no, I'm good.
Get the fuck away from me.
All right, well, thank you. If there's anything you need, my name is Zach.
Get the fuck away from me.
It's exactly what it's like. And the guy doing my phone was like, wonderful, this is a nice phone. Yeah, you're going to like this one. I can get it activated. I'm like, are you fucking a human being right now? Like, are you real? Like, are you a person?
It's like, am I in Westworld?
Yeah. Everyone's like that, though. Even the black guys. Like, what the fuck?
So get this. So I had to take, it was like 3 tests. It was like a 90 question, I think it was a 90 question, a 90 question, which are pretty much the same 90 questions. They just slightly rearranged them. And then it was like a 50 question. So I think it was like 230 questions.
Yeah.
So I had to take it and then I went in for the first interview, and they were like, "Yeah, we'll have you back for the second group interview. We just wanted you to take the tests again." So like, all right. So I had to take the 230 question test, the exact same one, again. And then they were like, "Hey, the group interview went well. We just want to have you go ahead and take that personality test again." I was like, "You fucking kidding me? I had to take it 3 times." And then they still didn't hire me. I had to answer pretty much the same question, the same 90 question test 6 times, and then another one 3 times.
Oh my god, that's so crazy, man. Like I just want to work here. Like I kept thinking, I just want to work here.
And it was the Capital Gazette.
Yeah. No. And I was wearing I don't even want to say it. All right, man. I'll meet you on the games. Thank you guys for listening. We're going to stay on for a few more minutes, and then we're going to go to Twitch. So make sure you're ready for Twitch.
See you soon.
All right. See you in a minute. Thanks, Leah.
I mean, everything you talked about tonight was boring as shit to me. So
Really? You didn't like the...
I had like nothing
The
to
Best Buy
contribute.
talk?
I don't know anything about soccer. I don't know
We don't
really
either.
anything about wrestling.
We don't
like
either.
I don't know. Like most of the subjects you talked about, it's just like I just don't have anything to contribute because I don't know anything really.
Yeah. No, it's okay. I mean, we talked a lot, so it was okay. If I'm sorry.
I mean, I tried at the beginning.
I'm not blaming you for anything. I wasn't even insinuating that. I was just literally saying goodbye, Leah, because we didn't say
And the
goodbye to
Best
you.
Buy stuff, I honestly didn't know that you were on the air.
Oh. Yeah, we've been on.
I didn't know that, so I mean, I don't know. I thought you guys were just talking. I was like, whatever.
Well, you're hot. I read today that women like it when somebody tweeted this out, I think, earlier, and I read that...
Oh, this ought to be good.
What? Oh, I read that 70% of women or something like that like it when you encourage them while you're having sex with them.
What does that even mean?
So, like
encourage me to do what?
Like to come, I guess. I don't know. Like they like it when you say that a girl or a good girl. Like 70% of women.
Are we on the air right now?
Yeah, we are. Like and one of the girls
So
was like, "Oh
weird.
my god, a good girl makes me just freak out." And then they were like, "But be careful though, because a dominant woman won't like that." So it was like weird. So I was like, "Wow, this is." So they like a girl or a good girl or something. I was like, what the
That an Ada girl, like I'd probably fucking laugh my ass
That
off
would
if you were
ruin
like
everything.
fucking Ada
That a
girl,
girl.
I'd die. Like that would just ruin everything. They'd be fucking laughing.
that a girl?
It's not even that. It's like you ever hear it's Ada girl, right?
I don't even know. I would never say it. I'd probably say good girl though. I would probably say that. I'd be like, yeah, good girl, do that.
I'd still laugh. Don't ever do anything like that.
I've said that, so you didn't laugh.
I don't remember.
I was probably really drunk, you know what I mean? Like I was probably like, yeah, good girl or something like that. Like, good girl, do that. And you were probably like, yeah. But like you were drunk.
I don't want to talk about this anymore.
Oh my god. I don't know what it is. It's weird. I read it though. It was fucking bizarre.
Well, not
I forget
everything
who
you
sent
read on
that
the
to me,
internet
but
is
they
true.
did. But then there was somebody who was like, yeah, be careful though, because if you get the wrong girl, you know.
Do you have to get off of here to go talk to Troy and play your game?
I can't hear you on here. I hear you in the room. I got my gaming headset on. I'm just
Oh,
live
then
right
why
now
am
with
I
the
on
PUBG
this?
stream. What?
Because I could hear your game.
Oh, yeah. Everybody can hear the game.
I mean, it's just weird because usually you just hang up on me.
I can hang up on you right now. I just wanted to finish our little conversation.
You just wanted to be weird.
It's a good girl. Good girl. Good girl. I'm Duke Nukem. Good girl. Like the girls that wrote the article too was hilarious. They were like, I love the encouragement. I love it when he encourages me to climax and stuff. I really like it. What the fuck? You're almost there.
I want a snack, but I don't want to make anything.
Oh, yeah?
Can you go make me a snack?
Yeah, I'll give you a snack. If you're a good girl.
Super Chat Party.
Joe, I knew that girl Jocelyn from high school.
Oh, you knew the girl that crashed, dude? That's crazy. Did you try to, That's crazy. Hey, can you hear me, Troy? Steven, thanks for the $2, man. That's fucking awful, though. Hey, can you hear me? I'm gonna fix my mic.
Yeah, that whole story sounds very weird.
What?
The whole story was like weird. It's like she crashed the car, but no other cars were involved. It sounds like just her car on a highway. So I don't know exactly if she's driving to a, like a barrier or something. So it's like, but then it's like they couldn't find her. So I don't know. It's weird. It's like, did people see this crash? Did people see like her get out? And was she thrown, or like did she get out and wander off?
Yeah.
It's like, I don't know, because they couldn't find her either, immediately. I guess this was like, it was like the morning after that. So they were like basically setting up to do a search party that morning.
Yeah.
When they were like, I don't know who, somebody found her.
I can't believe this brand new controller is sitting next to me and I can't use it.
Huh?
I said I can't believe this brand new controller is like sitting right next to me and I can't use it.
Yeah, I'm pretty angry about that.
I know it was when it fell that way too. Like, it's so beautiful. It looks great. Everything's pristine.
Well, keep all the extra buttons.
Well, no, I can't if I return it.
Are you really gonna, though? We have to find one, by the way. I know where there is one. I'm just not driving there.
I could return it to... I don't even know. Just bring it back to Mark and be like, hey, Mark will do it.
That's what I said to you earlier. I
Yeah.
said, why don't you call Mark and say, hey, Leah just bought it because he know I was there buying it.
Yeah, we'll fix it up.
The story is up on if you want to story.
What the fuck website is that? No, Leah does not dominate me. If that's the case, I would be beaten up. Like, I wouldn't work. I'd be in trouble. If you get a girl that does that and you act like I act, it wouldn't work. I'd be thrown out a window. I'm one of those people that can go either way, so I work out. Where you at, Troy? What the fuck's going on, motherfucker?
Did you just
No
hang
rush,
up
I'm
on
gonna
me?
pee and get a drink. Oh, okay. What?
I thought you hung up on me completely. I didn't realize you just hung up
No,
the
I'll
other
hang
call.
up on you now, though, I guess. Unless you want to stay on.
I don't know. My brother's not on tonight, so it's just me playing by myself.
Oh.
He's working.
I would have played Diablo with you.
Well, I mean, there's still stuff I can do by myself because we were leveling together. That's why I could only play like when he played.
Yeah, you
Because
didn't want
we had to stay within a certain level range of each other. But we both max leveled last night, so now I can just I can work on gearing my character alone because he'll catch up. He's only working 3 days, and then he's off again. He works like 12 hours or something though.
All right, we're going to go live on Twitch now, guys. Boom, live on Twitch.
How come Troy has all this fancy gear and you're still in the ugly same clothes?
I like it plain so I can hide better. I don't like stuff sticks out. If you lay on the ground, stuff sticks out and things like that. D-Moon, I'm inviting you to the game, bro. Probably play a little bit of PUBG until I get mad and then play Diablo.
Showing
Click
everybody
that.
your friends list.
He's just playing with herself.
Did Leah say I'm playing with myself? Yeah, that's getting clipped.
Yeah, she said I'm just playing with myself.
You hear that, Leah?
Phrasing.
Technically true.
She's gonna kill you. Leah does.
Oh, I gotta put the other fucking
There's
earpiece
no
back
way that
in.
happens. Leah's
I was
like shy. She doesn't do that. One time you did get drunk though, and you were like, "I'm gonna fucking kill you." I invited Moon. Wait till later tonight, Leah.
Well, your birthday's over.
No, I get birthday number 2.
You want a birthday beatdown?
Yeah, give me the beatdown. Yeah, tonight you can be in charge tonight, Leah. Give me the beatdown.
It's not your birthday anymore.
No, so what?
So it's not your birthday anymore.
So I don't care.
Ooh, someone's buying all my auctions.
I rated up.
Oh, nice. D-Moon's gonna play probably after this game. He's eating. I need to grab a drink too, but I just want to get it going.
Yeah, it's funny. I have like the earbud plugged into my phone and the YouTube's still going, so I get that in my left ear, so I can hear Leah and you still talking.
Yeah.
But then I have my headset on over everything, so your voice live actually comes to my right ear, but I can hear you like 15 seconds in the past to my left ear. It's funny.
That's weird. Kill people.
Oh shit! Now I can hear myself.
That's even weirder.
Of course. Oh, I don't like my voice. I gotta go
Doesn't it fuck you up?
down to the deep radio voice.
It's awful.
Gotta go down
can't-
very mellow, low. Not very mellow, very what?
Leah's saying all kinds of funny shit to you about how awful it is with your own voice.
I can't. When I can hear my own voice.
Yeah, because
I can't
nobody
talk. It
hears
fucks me up.
themselves you hear yourself through like the bone, like your cheekbone and shit. You hear yourself through your
I
head.
hear myself all the time.
So it always sounds better.
But it's not like I'm not talking.
Oh,
about,
timing
like,
wise,
my,
yeah.
Yeah, I'm not talking about my voice. I'm talking about when something plays. Like
Leah, you'll have
3
to join the
seconds
party.
off.
I gotta take the headset out so we can play.
Yeah, no, I'm hanging up on her anyway. I have to. I can't hear her either. Say bye, Leah.
Dick.
Love you.
Where are we going?
Super Chat.
You know where.
Party.
At a girl, beat him down.
Yeah, you want to just fight it out in the city? We'll have to stick together.
Want to hit these early buildings right here?
Yeah, jump down, sure. Oh, they're probably not gonna be loaded yet. Fuck.
Yeah.
So zoom in on your map right now. Hit select to just zoom in on the map more so we can see around the city in case you need to move anything.
Whoa, why can't...
Oh, and, you know, parachute.
Oh, I just fucked everything up. Oh, my map is all jacked up. What the hell's going on? Why can't I... Oh, God.
The left stick stays the same when you're looking at the map. That's the thing. You can keep moving. I
That just fucked me all up.
should have clarified.
I couldn't get through the map fast enough back and forth.
Now there's so many people here.
And I'm nowhere near you. I got a vehicle, though. If you want to get the fuck out of here.
I'm gonna die rubber banding. Fucking 6 steps at a time. Not even 6 steps, 2 steps at a time.
I keep finding like fucking health and Red Bull. But it's like, where's a gun? Here's a backpack. I have everything but a gun. Still no gun.
Just like if I was a mini.
Wow, I'm hearing pops everywhere. Over near you, actually.
Yeah, it's in that warehouse. It's in the big warehouse that we marked. Don't go near that.
Alright. Shotgun.
Super Chat. Party.
Joe, can I give negative points already to Troy?
Run over to the little city that I'm at.
No, you can't, Steven, but you know what, Steven? It does register as negative in Troy's mind. If that makes you feel any better. I'm coming.
What? Steven's a negative?
Steve's giving you negative points right now.
Your points have no power here.
I'm looting this last place and I'll be right over there. It's just a little walkway, so. More Red Bull. And grenades. See, now that I have a backpack and everything, I'm game to pick that up. I gotta walk past all this dangerous shit, though. Atta girl beat him down, said Red Enigma. What the fuck? Leah. I don't want to say anything about Leah, because she'll get mad. She wouldn't be nice. She'd get mad at me.
Is it? You running up on me?
I'm getting there, yeah. I'm almost there.
No, there's somebody next to me in the building next to me.
Oh, okay, shit. Well, I should be careful then. Yeah, I see the doors open.
Don't run. Okay, or let them know you're here.
They're behind me now, I think.
Don't go over that. They're in that building. Why are you going over there? It's like you're asking to die.
Which building?
The one you just ran around. He's chasing you.
Yep.
You need headphones. He's out front. He's right out front. I can see him. Can't shoot him, but I can see him.
Whoa! What happened?
He knocked me down. He's right out front. Go get him. He's right out front.
Where are you? On the other side?
I'm on the stairs. Did you get him?
Yep. I got one. I don't know if there's anybody else.
Nice. Yeah, I only saw the one. I got health, I'll be okay. How we doing on circle? I didn't check.
I'll check now. We gotta get moving.
We don't have 2 ways. Yeah.
Do you have health, you said?
Yeah, I'm good. I already healed up. Thanks. I had to wait to shoot because the glass wasn't shot out yet.
I hear something. Is that you?
That's me up front, yeah. I didn't have a helmet. That's why he downed me so quick.
I don't have a helmet still, yeah.
Yeah, keep looting.
That's you running around, right?
No.
Oh shit, I just got killed! I thought that was you. They got... Fuck.
I said no.
Yeah, right as you said no, I got shot, though. Fucking... I was hiding in the room. Oh, why did I quit out of the game? Fuck.
Good time to find an auto shotgun.
Fucking stupid. You're like
I fucking changed my face.
You're running outside like was like mixed with his, so like I couldn't make I was like it sounded the same, and then he just came.
I wasn't running.
Well, I said earlier, was that you outside or whatever? And you're like, yeah, it's me. And then right like it disguised his move.
How do I fucking just change my fists? I can't. Oh, put the pistol away. There we go.
All right, guys, I'm ending the stream on YouTube, so make sure you come over to Twitch. See ya. CJ Rella, what's up? Thanks for subbing again, man. 9 months in a row. Holy shit. Happy birthday to you for 9 months.
CJ Rella.
CJ Rella, 3 thanks, man. Holy shit. I really can't get back. All right, guys. Everybody on YouTube, we're ending the YouTube. We're gonna take the party over to the purple place. Links are in the description box, and it's Joe Cronin JCS over there.